last night. I'm interested in the second one, but before we get to Bryan and Fairview, we need to see Toledo, Bowsher, and Maumee play. So what's your first gut feeling about this one?
I think Bowsher. I think if they can use their athleticism better than they did last night and not settle, I think they'll be okay. I can see Maumee rolling with the punches. They kind of did it yesterday with Fairview, but I think it'll be a battle. But I think if Bowsher can stay consistent, use their athleticism, I think they can pull away.
Yeah, Bowsher sits at 2-8 on the year right now, but boy, they played a really tough schedule, and I thought they gave the Lady Bears everything they wanted. It's a Bryan Athletic Boosters Countdown to Tip-Off. We'll be back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
For opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition. Our advice.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Back out at Bryan High School, getting ready for Game 1 of varsity action here, consolation game between Maumee and Toledo Bowsher. Tonight's games are brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Last meeting between these two teams took place on February 3rd of 2024, with Bowsher coming out as a 11-point victor. So let's look at Maumee first here as we look at our two visitors here in the Holiday Classic. Maumee comes in at 4-6 after last night's loss. They are 2-2 in the NBC. Their schedule not quite as difficult so far as Toledo Bowsher's, but they have seen Oak Harbor. They've seen Genoa. Our Lady Bears know what it was like to play Genoa, and they played a really good Fairview team last night. One of the things you mentioned with that is I thought they were pretty resilient last night. Come in averaging 50 points a game and allowing just over 50 points a game. We talked about that last night, too, kind of the mark of a 500 team and that balance. Let's look at our stats, and we're going to look at the schedule there for Maumee and how they've gotten to this point. The one thing there, a couple of common opponents. Lost big to Genoa like the Lady Bears did. Lost to Defiance, who the Lady Bears were able to defeat. You see a league opponent there in Wasion that they lost to by 1 point and then beat Evergreen by 5. So a few common opponents in there besides Fairview, who the Lady Bears will see next. So let's look at Toledo Bowsher. They come in under head coach Tiffany Blackman. They are 2-8 overall. Tiffany Blackman in her third season, 29-25 overall. Lost a really good squad, a good core group of seniors from last year's team. Did pick up a transfer in from Central Catholic. We saw her last night. Azaria Tilgman, a sophomore, comes in averaging 6 and 5. Lady Bears and Bowsher, I thought, played a pretty scrappy ball game last night. Bears came out on top by 5 points. And like you said earlier, I kind of like Bowsher just by the athleticism in this matchup in the first game.
Yeah, I think getting into the post, too, is going to be big for them.
Yeah, and you can see there with Bowsher's schedule a couple of really big-time programs in our area with Rogers and Start, and then statewide with St. Vincent, St. Mary's, and Afrin Centric. So they've been through a gauntlet besides some of the teams that they played locally. All right, so let's talk keys to the game here for both teams. Keys to the game are brought to you by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers, your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding areas since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Let's start with Maumee.
I think taking care of the basketball is going to be big for them. Yesterday, Fairview turned them over a lot, got a lot of layups from that. So taking care of the basketball, valuing those possessions is going to be big. Rebounding at both ends. Bowsher's big. Bryan kind of saw it yesterday. So kind of getting into them, matching that physicality is going to be huge. And that is the next one, is matching Bowsher's physicality. They're bigger, so you're going to have to be the low man wins, what they say.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to get into them.
A really big part of the ball game of Fairview being able to withstand some runs from Maumee, but to build that lead was turnover, layup, and Fairview really got out and ran the floor well.
Yep.
All right, let's look at keys to the game then for Toledo Bowsher.
Finishing offensively, I think they could have done a better job last night against the Golden Bears, finishing under the rim and around the rim, and even just getting to the rim. The next thing is going to be forcing turnovers. Fairview turned over Maumee yesterday with some high ball pressure, and Bowsher kind of showed that against the Lady Bears. So kind of forcing those turnovers, getting to run out and getting that transition will be big, and then pushing tempo and scoring in transition, kind of outrunning them a little bit.
And I think they want to get their big post player involved. She was really a little bit of a slow start, forced some shots early.
Yeah.
I thought the Lady Bears did a nice job defending her. Combination of Brea Hepker, Miley Vollmer, and then there was a few that rotated over onto her, but Aaliyah Osei came in averaging 12 and 11, and she got to her 12 points before she fouled out at the end of that ball game, but it took a lot of shots to get there. You mentioned the volume scoring that it took to get her there. So I would look for Bowsher to try to get her involved and get her some buckets early. And then Kamaya Draper, she took the 2 threes in the first half, knocked them both down, and then we really didn't hear from her in the second half.
I was surprised she didn't shoot some more there.
I think they've got to find her and get her more involved. She looked really solid offensively for them. All right, so let's look at tonight's officials. We've got one official pulling double duty, just coming from refereeing 2 JV basketball games. Jeremy Miklovich will stick around and take care of this first game along with Jody Arkwright and Bradley Keener. Game officials are brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center, serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. Well, this has been the Bryan Athletic Boosters Countdown to Tip-Off. We'll be back, talk a little bit more, and then we'll get to starting lineups and get ready for basketball action here in the consolation game of the Girls Holiday Classic, brought to you by BSN.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
All right, back at Bryan High School, under a minute left here on the clock before we get ready for basketball action. Last thoughts here before we throw the ball up in the air, Coop?
I hope, another good game. We had a good one yesterday with Bryan and Bowsher, so we'll see. Maumee, resilient yesterday would be the word probably to describe them, so we'll see if they can come out here and give Bowsher a fight.
And maybe we can limit overtimes and close games at the end here, too. We won exciting games. We'd like them to be tight and exciting, but we went through a 4-point win in the first JV game, and then Bryan Lady Bears won the Holiday Classic in overtime by 1 point against Ayersville, who brought their JV over. And poor Ayersville had 2 free throws with 3.7 seconds left to either tie or take the lead. Both of them kind of in and out. The Lady Bears got the rebound and escaped with a 1-point win. So congrats to the JV Lady Bears on winning the Holiday Classic. So we're going to take it down to our public address announcer at the table, Mr. Aaron Hughes, and get things started in the consolation game.
Featuring the Maumee Panthers and the Bowsher Blue Racers. Ladies and gentlemen, America's land of freedom, home of the brave, and that freedom has been afforded us by the dedication and sacrifice of brave servicemen and women currently deployed throughout our communities and around the world, and many others who have come before us. To thank these extraordinary men and women to honor our nation, would you please rise in the playing of our national anthem?
Anthem brought to you tonight, as always, by the Veterans Services of Williams County. We'll get to our starting lineups now. Starting lineups brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln. Bryan Ford Lincoln, located at 920 North Main Street, where good values mean a great deal.
In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials, the coaches, the administration, authority figures, and of course your team and their opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great. Remember to respect the game. Thank you. Now to meet the teams. First for the guests on the scoreboard, the Maumee Panthers. Starters for Maumee, number 10, Taryn Pyle. Number 11, Rain Hurts. Number 12, Mila Jordan. Number 15, Taylor Smith. And number 23, Izzy Yancey. Head coach Brad Curran, assisted by Tim Swell, Zion Hoffman, and Jessica Peralt. Now to meet the home team on the scoreboard, the Bowsher Blue Racers. Starters for Bowsher, number 1, Renaya Autry. Number 3, Kamaya Draper. Number 10, Sanaya Swain. Number 15, Azrael Tillman. And number 22, Aaliyah Osei. Head coaches Tiffany Blackman, assisted by Tate Carswell, Sashmi Cook, and Dante Harris.
All right, ready to start the ball game here at Bryan. Toledo Bowsher and Maumee Panthers at it for the consolation game of the varsity section of the 2025 Holiday Classic at Bryan. And ball's thrown up. Bowsher has the tip. Sanaya Swain will bring it across the line, and Maumee's in a 2-3 zone to start.
Yeah, they kind of flashed this yesterday against Fairview.
There's a deflection by Taylor Smith, who was really good last night defensively too, and she gets the run out, can't get the layup to go. But a turnover early out of that zone. Good activity by Taylor Smith, forcing that turnover. And there's Osei, gets a touch at the elbow. She wanted it right back on the block and didn't get it. And then a tough angle there on that entry, gets tipped away by Yancey. Ball back up top. And then I think just after watching last night, Coop, I don't think this is a pace that plays well for Bowsher.
Yeah.
When they get too methodical, they really struggle in the half court. They get a good look at 3 right there. For Tilgham, she couldn't get it to go. Rebound comes down. Here comes Taylor. Taryn Pyle had a really good night. Sophomore point guard for Maumee. She had a great night last night.
Smith and Pyle were the big ones yesterday. Kind of get those runs going.
Pyle hands it off to Reagan Hurt. She tries the right side. The elbow gets turned away. Miley Jordan now up top, gets it to Yancey. And Osei, you can see Bowsher is not afraid to extend that man-to-man. Yancey just put her shoulder down, went right at Osei. Got the ball to the rim, and then Jordan takes an offensive rebound away from a Bowsher player. Smith's going to try a deep 3, rattles it and out, no good. Rebound comes down to, that was Autry in the starting lineup tonight. She finds Draper.
There's kind of some of that running the court, running transition.
And I think that's where Bowsher is a lot better. They're a lot better in transition, just playing free and easy on offense.
Yeah, it's tough for a zone to get all the way back to.
Early 2-0 lead on the main stop scoreboard. Wide open player. Reagan Hurt probably better off going 2 feet on the right side of the basket. Tried to go with a scoop, reverse layup. Couldn't get it to go. Loose ball controlled by Autry for Bowsher, and she's going to be fouled by Reagan Hurt. So a couple of shots, a couple of layups that haven't gone for Maumee.
They're getting the looks. They just gotta get them to go. Maybe calm down a little bit, get the jitters out.
2-0. About 2 minutes in here on the main stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Swain back and control up top. Now you see Maumee now in a 1-2-2 instead of that 2-3.
Yeah, they mixed it up too quite a bit yesterday.
Bowsher tries to enter it into the right block to Draper. Official's going to say that was deflected off of a Maumee player. So Bowsher will have it out of bounds underneath their own basket.
I don't think Smith agreed there.
She did not. She didn't protest too much, but she didn't like it. Autry will trigger it in from the baseline, lob into the paint. Draper, 6-footer, doesn't go. Nice check out on the backside and rebound by Reagan Hurt. Taylor Smith will bring it across half court. Finds Hurt, quick release 3, back iron no good. Rebound comes down to Draper. What a crowd of Tilgham was down there on the floor around her feet. Audrey pushes quickly to get it to Swain. Swain back to Audrey. And Osei. Osei's still looking for a good touch here offensively for Bowsher.
Yeah.
Time to get her a look if I'm Bowsher. Audrey's runner's no good.
Good job by Kyle there. Kind of got in front of Osei.
Good job checking out by Maumee so far early in this game, as they have it on their end, down 2-0. Still looking to break the ice here offensively are the Panthers. Smith's going to get another good look at 3 from in front of the Bowsher bench. Back iron no good. Autry grabs a rebound and wants to run. Tries to get it up ahead to Draper. Yeah, but I can hear the assistant coach on the bench tried to throw it through hands. Ball fake that and throw the bounce pass, and you probably got a layup.
Well, they're trying to push the pace up here.
I'm not sure I could hear the coach over the crowd. There's at least 42 people here right now at game time. Swain's going to try a 3, top of the key. Distance was good, direction not so much. Misses everything left. It's out of bounds. Maumee will have possession.
Yeah, let's see. They just need to get a bucket. Get their feet under them. Just kind of calm down a little bit.
Yeah, the bad news for them is that it's 4:43 left in the quarter. They haven't scored, but good news is Bowser's got 2 as Swain takes it away from Smith, gets it to Autry. Autry tries to throw a quick one at the shins of Tilgham, and it goes out of bounds off of Tilgham. Maumee will retain possession. So still just a 2-0 lead for Bowsher on the main stop scoreboard. 4:33 left in the opening frame.
Yeah, they've had a few good sets. They've gotten open looks, just getting them the ball.
Great diagonal. What a great look right there by Reagan Hurt. Finds Mila Jordan on the backside. Nice flash. Great diagonal over the backside, and it's a 2-2 ball game.
Yeah, Bowsher brought that kind of run and jump pressure where they doubled. We kind of tried that yesterday against Bryan.
Just a little bit late. Tilgham tries to get it into Osei, but the Maumee defense had collapsed by that point. So now Maumee's got it after the Bowsher turnover. Taylor Smith, Taryn Pyle to Mila Jordan, swing it around. Had Taylor Swift on a cut there for just a second. I said Taylor Swift, didn't I? I can't believe I didn't do that at all last night. That snuck into my subconscious.
You're a Swiftie or what?
Well, I know a few. I could probably repeat a lot of the songs, whether I like it or not.
Oh, you have daughters.
Yep. That Maumee shot goes out of bounds. Officials are going to say it was deflected or blocked by a Bowsher, or by, I'm going to say they went off of Maumee, I guess.
Yeah,
so Bowser's got the ball. They're going to bring it across. 2-2 ball game here in the first quarter. Brian Arnold and Cooper Beltran with you from Bryan High School. Consolation game in the Girls Holiday Classic. Autry, nice job. Good jump stop. Hit about an 8-foot jumper and drew a foul. And if that is on Hurt, that's 2 on her already. 2 on Maumee, both on Reagan Hurt. So she's going to take a seat, and we're going to see number 30, Lyric Pratt, in. Pratt had some decent minutes last night, too, off the bench for Coach Curran's club. Renaya Autry, free throw is no good off front iron from the Welling Construction free throw line. Chased down by Mila Jordan. Now Taryn Pyle will bring it across the line. Mentioned it already, sophomore had a really good night scoring the basketball last night for Maumee. Smith getting harassed up high by Autry. Works against some high pressure. Good curl cut right there. Really aggressive move by Pratt, who just checked in. Ball eventually ends up in the hands of Toledo Bowsher, and Swain's going to push hard on the right side. Left her feet got stuck in the air when Osei looked the other way. And I think we're going to get a reach call there.
On Osei.
Aaliyah Osei was trying to tie up the Maumee player, and she's going to get whistled for a reach-in foul. Bowsher leads 4-2, 2:49 left here in the opening quarter. Osei got in foul trouble last night. She wasn't able to finish last night's ball game when she fouled out late. Maumee in the half court. There's a little bit of a trap of that wing entry. Kyle gets it to Jordan. Here comes the trap from Autry. And that was just a missile that kind of got through a little bit of everybody. Jordan got a little excited, which is what you're trying to do defensively, speed her up so and get her uncomfortable.
Yep.
So she fires it through a crowd of about 3 players, goes out of bounds on the far side. Bowsher will get it after the turnover.
Yeah, back in this 1-2-2. Maumee.
Osei up high about the 10-foot line. Tilgham thought about the 3. Instead, she finds Draper down on the block. Draper's pass gets batted around a couple of times, coming back out to Tilgham, finds Osei, who finds Autry. Baseline jumper, no good off back iron. Taken away by Osei, and she'll put it in off glass. She took it right out of Lyric Pratt's hands.
Yep.
Her first bucket of the night, 6-2 lead for Bowsher. Smith works across the timeline to Pyle. Pyle back to Smith. About got poked away by Draper. And then Smith's entry pass was taken away by Osei, and then she fumbles it out of bounds. So they'll stay here with Maumee underneath Maumee's basket.
Yeah, that was a good job by Osei down here, just getting offensive rebound, trying to get going. It's been hard for her to get looks underneath.
Curl off the inbounds to Pratt. She finds Smith, deep corner right 3, and then she knocks that one down. Taylor Smith knocks down the 3. 6-5 ball game. Bowser's lead down to 1. Tilgham finds right baseline, some room, pass back to Osei. Osei attacks, and they're going to call a charge on that, and I think that's probably a pretty good call.
Yep.
Nice job by Izzy Yancey. She took a shot on that, too. She knows she was on the tracks, and she gave herself up for that.
Yep.
Something the Lady Bears did not do last night a couple of times. Osei went into the basket, and they kind of floated in front of her and took the contact but ran away from it, and both of those, I think, ended up as 3-point plays. So Osei's going to have to take a seat with 2 fouls here, a minute and a half left in the opening quarter.
Yeah, she kind of just got ahead of herself, kind of took it out of control.
So Bowsher still leads 6-5, minute 20 left on the main stop scoreboard. First quarter, consolation game in the Holiday Classic, and yep, Lyric Pratt picked up a pivot foot when she pump faked on that pass, so another turnover. A little sloppy here early. Girls basketball, there's not a ton of back-to-backs.
Yep.
If you're Maumee and Bowsher, you had a late night home last night, probably slowed down by some weather. And then you had whatever you did today, maybe a shoot around, something like that, and then another long bus ride out. So shaking out the cobwebs might be the first order of business for both teams, as that shot misses everything left. Rebound came down to Bowsher. And then we're going to left side, deep 3, bringing rain, Sanaya Swain. That might have brushed the bottom of the backboard that's up on the other side.
That was high.
High arching and didn't draw any iron, nothing but net. Big 3 there for Bowsher. Pratt up top working against Sanaya Swain, finds Taylor Smith. Smith finds Jordan at the elbow, takes left-hand dribble into the paint. Shot is blocked. Yancey picks it up, throws one in. 9-7, 30 seconds left here. Coach Blackman wants her squad to slow it down a little bit, see if they try to work for a final shot as Jordan comes up to harass Tilgham. And her skip pass forces Draper into the backcourt.
Good ball pressure there.
It was, and forced a bad pass. So there's a turnover by Bowsher. Maumee a chance to tie or take the lead here at the end of one quarter, 20 seconds left.
Yeah, really slow start for them, but seemed to have picked it up a little bit.
They were a little bit like that last night, too. They would be slow, and they kind of looked like they weren't really there or in it and struggling, and, man, they'd come and make some good runs.
Yep.
Pyle has it, gets it to Pratt, swings it to Smith. She's going to try another 3. That one a little long, doesn't draw anything, and then, well, I thought she got hit by her own player, but officials saw that as Izzy Yancey, and Yancey's not protesting much, so there's a good chance she pushed. So foul on her, 7 seconds left. Bowsher will have another shot at it. Tilgham's going to bring it up. Coach is imploring her to try to get it across quickly. Works against Jordan, finds Autry. Autry thought about that 3 just way too long, and didn't get a good shot off of that. So
yeah, a little sloppy here to start it out.
Yep. All right, so at the end of one quarter, Toledo Bowsher with a 2-point lead, 9-7 over Maumee on the main stop scoreboard. We'll be back with second quarter action after this.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Pratt, Jordan, and Yancey on the floor for Maumee. And Bowsher still has Osei on the bench with those 2 fouls. And Pyle with the long three for Maumee, and she knocks it down. She hit a couple of big ones last night.
Yeah, I think that's her first shot of the game here.
First shot, and it's good. 10-9. Maumee leads. First lead of the night for the Panthers. Might be the first lead of the tournament for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Tilgham had it at the right elbow, drew a lot of attention. Autry there. Zenari Fleming in the ball game for
That's
Osei.
3 seconds. Yeah, she was in there for a long time.
Yeah. If you don't see a call, I think you got to be in there for a while to get 3 seconds.
All she needed to do, she was on the outside. She had to get her foot out, and I could see the referee was telling her.
Another turnover for Bowsher. So Maumee's got the ball now. 10-9 lead on the main stop scoreboard for the Panthers. Ball comes in. Pratt can't find the handle. Fleming picks it up. Lefty floater won't go, and then out of bounds off of Renaya Autry trying to come and clean up. Good activity there for Bowsher. I'm not sure we saw Fleming last night unless it was really late when Osei went out.
Yeah.
Abia is the post sub we saw last night, number 24, but I also don't see Abia on the bench, so maybe she's ill today, or maybe that's a different jersey. I don't know.
Full chance that it is.
People have been known to forget jerseys and have to borrow one from someone else from time to time. I've seen that happen. Or helmets, or cleats, or whatever it may be.
Shoes.
Bowser's got it. Right elbow for Tilgham, and she draws just about every Panther. Ball gets poked away, I think, by Pratt. Turnover again. Pyle quickly ahead to Smith. Long skip to Pratt. Back to Pyle, and Maumee's in their half-court offense. Pratt looked at the three. Smith's going to take another. That one, the only chance was if it was off backboard. Flat off the back. Rebound down to Draper. I like the way Draper plays. She's a long, athletic player. She's always around the basketball. We haven't seen her get out to the arc. She knocked those 2 threes down last night. I think that's a weapon Bowsher could take advantage of. There she is right there in the right corner. Skip pass from her to Swain. Swain tried to get her feet organized for the three. Couldn't do it.
Good hands from Smith again.
Nice rotation on the backside there. Taylor Smith sniffed that one out as Draper tried to throw a laser through to Autry on the backside.
Yep. Bowser's trying to use some of their size to kind of get it over the top. So they're going to need some good rotations backside.
Ball's got to move a little quicker to make that Maumee zone move.
Yep.
Bowser inbounds, Swain deep three, goes off the top of the backboard. Everybody stopped. I didn't see it hit any part of the apparatus, just the top of the backboard. Maumee rebounds, they've got it down on their end. Jordan quickly in the paint, goes left, can't finish left. And that ball's going to be, ooh, I thought that looked like that went off of Maya Draper from Bowsher, but she's got a little smile on her face. So the ball comes back to Bowsher. Maumee leads 10-9, just under 6 minutes left here in the half. First half action, Bryan Girls Holiday Classic. Tilgham holds on the left side, works baseline, gets it to her right hand, can't finish. Nice defense right there by Penny Farley from Maumee, in off the bench. Senior getting some action in this game for Coach Kieran's club. I'm going to say that too many times.
10 times fast.
Smith tries to cross over, ball goes off Swain's shins, but Pratt picks it up. She's going to take a runner kind of wildly down the paint. No whistles anywhere, but I don't know that there should have been either, as Draper finally comes out of that mess with the basketball. Tilgham's going to push left hand. Ball just gets taken away by Smith. She's going to attack right at Swain. And we're going to get a whistle on that. She gets fouled hard by Sanaya Swain. Good sportsmanship there. Tilgham and her teammate go over and help her up. So we're going to get our first free throws of the night. Free throws tonight brought to you, as always, by Welling Construction, third-generation family-owned general contractor. For quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work, contact us at 419-636-3712. Taylor Smith's first free throw is up and good. She had a solid night last night. I think we ended up with just around double digits. Maybe had 9 or 10 points. But did a little bit of everything else. Handled the ball a bunch, a lot of deflection, some steals.
Yeah, she's
kind of
continuing that today too.
Second free throw won't go. Maumee now with an 11-9 lead. About 5 minutes left in the half. Tilgham pushes all the way into the paint. Really nice. Good crossover just in time. Beat the defender. Little floater off of 1 foot. Game's tied at 11. Draper away a little bit of contact against Pratt there. Pyle's going to push left block. Reverses the dribble out. Pratt attacks. 15-footer is good. Nice pull-up jumper right there by Lyric Pratt.
Yeah, she had one from the baseline yesterday. That was good. I thought maybe she could get going from the mid-range, and she does here.
Good confident stroke. Knew what she wanted to do. As soon as she attacked, good pull-up. Maumee back with a 2-point lead. Deep three, top of the key for Sanaya Swain. Off left iron is going to bounce out of bounds to the Maumee bench. So we'll go back to Maumee. Reagan Hurt continues to sit for Maumee with her 2. Aaliyah Osei sits with her 2 for Bowsher. 20 has it. Oh, sorry, Farley has it for Maumee. Gives it to Pyle. Pratt's going to take another jumper, knocks down, hit the jump shot, and then she hits a set shot. 4 points back-to-back for Lyric Pratt, and that gets it to a 4-point lead for Maumee. Bowsher continues to try to find some answers offensively here with Aaliyah Osei on the bench. Tilgham steps back to the free throw line, can't get it to go. Swain crashes the boards. Ball gets knocked around. I believe it's going to stay down here. I didn't see which way the official pointed, but it looks like Bowsher's going to keep it underneath the basket. Maumee is going to take a full timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. We'll be right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
All right, back at Bryan High School, Maumee. Coach Curran called a full timeout. It's going to be Bowsher's possession underneath their basket. Timeouts are sponsored by SNS Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play. From new main water and sewer lines to field drainage, SNS Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your timeout in peace. SNS does it right the first time. Call 419-630-0729 today. So, Coop, what do you think?
I think right now, I think Bowsher still just needs to use the athleticism, get out and run. Maumee's doing a great job, being patient with the ball, swinging it around, and this zone defense has been really tough for Bowsher to play against.
Yeah, I don't think, like, half court is not their strength. I think they want to get out and run, get in transition. That's where they look the most comfortable. They're obviously better with Aaliyah Osei on the floor, too, as Tilgham gets a look at a 3 from in front of the Maumee bench, doesn't go. Rebound to Taylor Smith, and she'll bring it up, working against Sanaya Swain. Smith calls the offense, beats Swain up top, gets the left elbow, jump shot, no good. Rebound to Tilgham. She's harassed by Mila Jordan in the backcourt and then gets the ball to Swain. Took her eye off the ball there for a second, about turned it over. Swain will attack. Tilgham's going to try a 3, same spot, this time short. Might just graze the front of the iron, so back-to-back 3s from Tilgham, no good. Score stays at 15-11. Maumee leads. Just over 3 minutes left here on the main stop scoreboard in first half action. Good curl cut from Pyle. Nice find from Pratt. Lyric Pratt has been really good off the bench tonight for Maumee. Couple of buckets, nice assist. 5 points now for Pyle.
Yeah, Bowsher just needs to get something going here.
Bowsher really needs to find a bucket. Down 6 after being up early in this game. And then Swain throws that ball right to Taylor Smith. Runs by. She contested the shot enough that Smith missed, but none of her teammates came with her. Maumee picked up the garbage.
Yeah, that kind of happened last night against the Lady Bears.
And That was an easy bucket on the backside. Maumee's lead is swelled to 8 points. 19-11 Maumee leads. We're going to get a 30-second timeout. And I think right now, if you're Coach Blackman, you've got to find a way. Yeah, she's getting Osei back in the game. She can't afford this to get any more out of control. You got to trust your senior.
Yep.
Double-double, average coming in, that she's your go-to player. You got to trust that she can be smart enough not to pick up that third, but you got to find a way to get a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, when she was in, she drew a lot of attention. Even if she wasn't getting the ball, it was pretty collapsing down anytime they'd even look in there. So looking in, if they collapse down, you got to look at that deep skip, which Bowsher should be able to do with their size advantage. She should be able to get it over the top.
It feels like if the ball gets to her, she should be able to throw over the top of people.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought they were trying to get her the ball early, just never it never timed up right. The passes were too late. She drew too much of a crowd when they tried to force it in there. But right now, you got to have something that gets to her quick. Let her get to that right shoulder, finish with her left hand. You get an and one, be even better. But you need to try to get something going right away with her.
Yep, 1-3-1 for Maumee here. Looks like.
So Osei is back in. And that's what they get right away. Down on the left block. And, boy, the official started to raise her hand. They got the shot on the left block, didn't get it to go. They got exactly what they wanted, but Osei couldn't get it to go. Maumee with the rebound. Bowsher showing a little bit of a 2-3 now, too. Going to chase her on the top. Pratt gets it in the paint. Gets a shot off.
Rebound.
Couldn't finish, and then Draper with a great rebound. Tilgham looks to attack left side. It's turned away. She's in a trap. Her skip just about got picked off by Pyle. Autry's three on the way is long off back iron. Taylor Smith pulls it down. Good push by her. And then Pratt is going to get bumped up top by Tilgham. Just going to be the second foul of the quarter. 1:49 left in the half. 2 fouls on Bowsher. Just her first foul on Tilgham. No fouls on Maumee this quarter. 2 on Bowsher. Osei is going to come off here. Offense, defense for Bowsher.
Yep. Well, they're getting looks. Just got to knock him down.
Nice find right there. Ball's going to go off Jordan's foot. Pratt, nice quick pass, found Jordan. She just wasn't able to find the handle. Ball went out of bounds off her foot. As Osei is going to come back in for Zenari Fleming. We think. All right, so Bowsher walking up, down 8, 1:35 left. First half action. Ball got to Osei. There's the kick that you talked about. Bowsher just stays ice cold from 3, but great backside rebound. Draper doesn't miss. We need to find her, need to get her the basketball. That girl is pretty pure with it. She knocked down those 2 threes last night, just knocked down that jumper. She just doesn't look to shoot very often.
Yep. Right now, Bowsher 0 for 8 from 3.
Top of the key 3 by Pratt is short, misses everything, ends up out of bounds. So Bowsher, another chance here to cut into this lead. They've got Osei in, 1:09 left. You got a chance for a bucket and a stop, and a bucket and a stop here, and you get yourself get your legs back underneath you before you go in at the half. Swain to Autry. There's Draper's corner 3.
She needs to shoot it more.
Give her the ball. Why is this girl not shooting it more? Knocks down a pure 3, doesn't draw any iron, and it's a 3-point ball game under a minute left here in the half. Pyle attacks, finds Pratt. Pratt just throws it right to Bowsher. Tilgham got it. She goes hard left, right shoulder down, and there's a bucket from Audrey.
Good little run here.
5 straight, turnover, bucket, we got the turnover and a bucket. 5 in a row for Bowsher. 1-point lead for Maumee. 28 seconds left here in the half. Bowsher's offense came alive a little bit. Jordan finds Pyle. Pyle's 3 rattles in and out. Rebound by Osei. 19 seconds left, and Bowsher not only can get back in it, they can take a lead before the half.
Now let's see what they do here. Kind of a 1-2-2 look for Maumee.
Leah Osei works off of a screen from Autry. Gets it back to Autry. Autry floats one to Draper in the corner. Osei takes a dribble. Coach was trying to get there to shoot it, but didn't get it off in time. So horn goes off. End of the first half, 19-18. It was a 19-11 Maumee lead before that spurt by Bowsher there to end the half. So at least if you're Coach Blackman and you're Toledo Bowsher, at least you can feel good about how the last couple of minutes finished there in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, Draper getting her hot is going to be big, I think. We kind of went away from her yesterday, but she kind of hesitates when she shoots. She's looking to pass, but I think she should let that thing fly. If you're Maumee, stop the bleeding a little bit. You get a good break here, get your legs back under you, and kind of do the good things you were doing in the first quarter.
Yeah, you've got to like the rhythm that they found. They haven't shot the ball well at all. 1 of 10 from three-point range, and we'll talk about stats here when we come back in a minute. That 1 for 10 is a big deal because they have gotten a lot of good looks from three, but the kid who's got to shoot them, who I think has just taken the one and made it, is Draper. Kamaya Draper can shoot the ball. She's knocked down both shots she's taken, and I think that would be part of the discussion I'd be having right now at halftime if I was Coach Blackman and her staff, is how to get her the ball in spots. She's been a force defensive rebounding, but we got to find a way to get her to add some points to the total here.
Just telling her to shoot the ball.
Yeah. Well, it's halftime here. Game 1, the consolation game between Maumee and Toledo Bowsher. Maumee with a 1-point lead, 19-18 on the main stop scoreboard. We're going to take a break, come back and talk some stats, a little bit of a preview of our second ball game back here in Bryan right after this.
Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Back at Bryan High School, it's halftime with Maumee with a 1-point lead over Toledo Bowsher. Brian Arnold and Cooper Beltran here with you. So let's look at a few team stats here. Shooting-wise for Toledo Bowsher, they are 7 of 15 from 2, just 1 of 10 from 3, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line for their 18 points, and they've got 8 turnovers. On the other side of the ledger, Maumee is 6 of 15. Really came out and played well offensively. I thought they found a lot of good looks running their offense. 2 of 6 from three-point range, 1 for Pyle and 1 for Smith, and just 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Only 5 free throws shot in that first half. I would say there weren't a ton of fouls called, but both teams had a starter with 2, with Osei for Bowsher and Reagan Hurt for Maumee, both picking up 2.
Yep.
And Maumee had 7 turnovers. So I'd say it was a little sloppy early. Those turnover numbers aren't terrible. Probably the shooting for Bowsher is something they feel is a little bit more ugly, but it was just kind of both teams getting warmed up into the game as much as anything.
Kind of like they're just trying to get their feet under them.
Yeah, it looked like I said something about, you get your long bus ride here yesterday and back, and then you go here and back again today. I remember when I was athletic director, there'd be times we'd meet the buses, whether we were in the park for tennis or soccer or at the school, and the team was coming from Toledo, and you'd see kids get off the bus and look around like they looked like they were my kids getting out of the van after a 21-hour ride to Florida. They didn't know where they were.
Yep.
They didn't know why they had to go so far away.
Kind of stumbling off, trying to stretch out.
Whether it's a city league school or one of those suburban area schools, they're kind of used to just hopping in a bus and being wherever they want to be in 15 or 20 minutes at the worst.
Yep.
And they come out this way, they think they've driven to the other side of the world sometimes. I think it took both teams a little bit of time to wake up and get comfortable with where they're at. So Maumee's got the 1-point lead. Let's talk a little bit about our second game tonight. Bryan and Fairview in the consolation game. Lady Bears did what they needed to do and did enough good things last night to knock off Bowsher. And Fairview, I thought, looked pretty impressive, especially getting out, turning over Maumee, and then getting out and running. I like the style of play. That's something that, is going to be pretty consistent with Coach Zedike's teams.
Yeah, I think Bryan's going to look to just play the good defense that they always play, and Fairview doing the same. Fairview kind of came out and pressured Bowsher high, or Maumee high. So I'm sure they'll try to do the same, and Bryan kind of dealt with it yesterday, so hopefully they can kind of deal with it the same today.
And neither team's extremely deep. I mean, Fairview is not playing, they didn't play JV in this tournament. They've been playing 2 quarters of JV some other nights. Coach Zedike went about 7 deep last night and played his first 5 most of the time. Even with Kuhlman in foul trouble and Hammer getting a little bit of foul trouble, he let those girls stay on the floor. Bears are pretty much the same way. They don't go super deep on the varsity end. Josie Arnold got in a little bit of foul trouble last night. Maya Langham got in some foul trouble. I think the whistle will tell us a lot with how this game goes, because Fairview, the Bears like to play good aggressive defense. It's always been their thing, but Fairview was really aggressive, really handsy defensively, Samantha Kuhlman in particular. So, you anticipate her on a Maya Langham or whoever's handling the ball for the Bears. How much is she able to really get up into people and be physical with them? If the whistle is more towards you can play physical and get away with some stuff, Bears are going to have to adjust and be ready for that. And if it's the other way, if it's a tight whistle and the officials are calling some contact like we saw in the first game last night, then Coach Zedike's going to have to adjust a little bit to that, because there's a short bench and a certain number of girls you're going to have on the floor in a game like that.
Yeah, just kind of being aware of your situations and how many fouls you have, and just kind of, adjusting to the whistle, figuring it out kind of first quarter, and then from then on you kind of got to know.
All right, was the 2025 Holiday Classic at Bryan High School. We're in the consolation game at halftime. Maumee leads Toledo Bowsher 19-18. We're going to take one more break here. We'll come back, talk some adjustments, what both squads are looking to do in the second half, and get ready for second half action here from Bryan High School.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Allie Held Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
All right, a couple minutes left here at halftime between Maumee and Toledo Bowsher. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veterans Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel's Supply Center. All right, Maumee's got a 1-point lead. Bowsher led it early. Maumee with a nice run to take an 8-point lead. Bowsher cut it back to 1. So if you're in at the half and you're Maumee, what's some adjustments you're talking about?
Kind of just doing what they were doing in that first quarter and early in that second. Good defense, good hands, getting in those passing lanes. They got some good layups and keeping the ball moving. They did a good job reversing the ball, and it led to some good threes, good shots.
Yeah, I thought they were most effective offensively when the ball moved, when they didn't stand and hold. And you got to be aggressive. Toledo Bowsher's going to extend that man-to-man a couple times when they penetrated and looked to kick. They got good looks too. So then on Coach Blackman's squad and the Toledo Bowsher Blue Racers, what do they need to do here in the second half?
Kind of what they did near the end of that second quarter, finding their three-point shooter. Draper will be big. Kind of looking inside, waiting for them to collapse and kick, and they got great looks, just knocking them down, being confident in every shot, and attacking the basket, being bigger.
Yeah, I think right now, if I was on that staff, I'd be talking to Coach Blackman about identifying who we are, and who's going to be our go-to people. And I think it comes down to 2. You got to find the ways to make sure Osei and Draper touch the ball a lot offensively, and then everybody else. You've got other people. Altria's knocked down shots. Tilgham's a scorer, and she's a nice player. And I think Swain looks for her shot, but everybody else is going to have to get their shots off of whatever we're doing for our best 2 players. And I think whether it's tonight or moving forward, I know they've had a rough season so far. But if you can find a way to use those 2 to run your offense and go everything through them, I think you can be successful. Well, I don't have any out-of-town scores. I was hoping my phone would be full of scores, but instead Matthew's face is full of pulled pork, so kind of dropping the ball down over there. But I guess I can't blame him. If you got to pay attention to Holgate Liberty Center girls basketball score or eat pulled pork, I think he made the right decision on this one, so maybe we'll get some of those later. All right, so we're getting ready to start some second half action here from Bryan. Bowsher's going to have the ball first. On the floor is Swain, Autry, Draper, Osei, and Tilgham for Toledo Bowsher. So starters on the floor. On the floor, Maumee is back to their starters. Pyle, Hurt with her 2 fouls. Taylor Smith or Swift, whichever way you want it to go. Jordan and Yancey. As Autry gets a jump shot, doesn't go, but the ball ends up in Swain's hands. Finds Autry again. Had an open look from 3, didn't look at the rim. Ball's up top now. 10-foot line. Tilgham calls for some help. She swings it to Autry.
2-3 here from Maumee.
Yeah, that ball's got to get down to Draper in the corner and give Osei a chance to go sit on the block. Put the defense in a little bit of conflict. Bowsher's playing catch up top. Swain's going to chuck a quick 3. Just about banks in. Osei gets a touch off the offensive rebound. She's going to go to the free throw line. Going to call a foul on Izzy Yancey. That's going to be her first. No, I'm sorry, her second, team first. I just think Bowsher needs to start looking. They need to use Draper. If they're going to use Draper as the runner, then I think they need to start getting her the ball in the corner, trying to find Osei on the block.
Yeah, and that's going to be about reversals and getting the ball quickly around, not holding it up top or on a wing.
Bowsher's leading scorer with just 2 points so far tonight, and the 2 fouls go with it as she's at the Welling Construction free throw line. First one didn't go. Second one is long also, off back iron. Draper about got the handle, but Taylor Smith takes it away. Pyle pushes, Hurt left baseline. Going to get bailed out with a whistle right there. Maybe a little bit of body.
Caught on the floor, I think.
She was behind the backboard.
Oh, no shooting.
Yeah, I'm like you.
He initially called.
He pointed on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was your call, so you don't have to go ask him about it. You called on the floor.
Oh, well.
Apparently he's going
now
to.
We're shooting.
He's the one who blew the whistle and called the foul, but he's going to let the other official tell him that it was a shooting foul. I guess that's good working together. As Hurt's first free throw goes from the Welling Construction free throw line. Welling Construction, third generation, family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Second free throw is no good. Ball game now is a 2-point lead for Maumee. Rebound went to Draper. Swain about turned it over, but able to recover the ball in the circle. And Tilgham is going to take a 25-foot 3. It doesn't go. Osei battling Smith for the rebound. Going to get a jump ball call.
Yeah, I thought Bowsher could probably get a better shot there than they kind of settled for.
I think she had a chance to get the ball. Osei kind of flashed, had her hands up, went elbow to block there, had a chance to get her a touch. Passed it by. So we're a minute 5 into third quarter action here between Maumee and Bowsher. Maumee with a 2-point lead. Hurt baseline jumper. No good off back iron. Yancey pokes it to keep it alive, but it ends up bounces on the line. Good hustle by Izzy Yancey there to try to keep that alive. But Bowsher will get the ball back. Maumee now showing a little bit of a 3-quarter court. They did this a little last night, a 2-2-1.
Yep.
With everything kind of squashed up into the front court. Let's see if Bowsher looks to throw it over the top, which they do. Well, a nice pass there. Autry not able to find the handle, and then she turns it over trying to find Swain. Run out by Smith. Layup doesn't go.
Smart from Osei, kind of just took a step back.
She ran at her like she was going to do something, then pulled up. I think that bothered Smith just enough she couldn't finish. Swain dribbles into a lot of contact, and the official's just going to call that out of bounds off of Swain, so another turnover for Bowsher. Still a 2-point ball game, 20-18. Maumee leads with 6:16 left here in the third.
Yeah, we'll see. Kind of pressing up high, almost like a 3-2.
Trying to trap on the wing entry. Hurt up top. Finds Yancey, elbow jumper. Leaves it way short, but Jordan there to pick it up and finish off the glass. She's going to call that a pass. She's going to want an assist and not a missed shot out of that. I'm not keeping her stats, so she can call it whatever she wants to. Most importantly, it's a bucket for Maumee and a 4-point lead. Back to their press, diagonal to Swain. She attacks into the paint, gets a little bit out of control, and then she's going to get bailed out on a call right there. If I'm Maumee, I probably don't like that a whole lot either, just because I don't know what Swain was going to do with that.
Right, I mean, kind of out of control. Kind of just went out there and threw it up, looking for contact.
And that doesn't mean that she wasn't fouled, but those are the ones that bother you, I think, the most on the defensive end, when somebody's just completely out of control and she ends up at the Welling Construction free throw line. The first one doesn't go. And that's when you then whisper to yourself also, ball don't lie.
Yep, I mean.
Because that's probably, it should have been just a play on, or, you know, who knows what it's going to be. But
well, kind of what we've seen before. I mean, last possession, I feel like it was something similar and lost the ball. And
second free throw is also not good. Bowsher struggled from the line a little bit, and then we're going to get a foul on Renaya Autry, trying to take that outlet pass away from Reagan Hurt. So 2 fouls on both teams now, 5.5 left here in the third quarter. Maumee with the ball in a 4-point lead in the consolation game of the 2025 Girls Holiday Classic. Smith brings it across, stops at the 10-foot line.
Flat down to a 2-3 here.
Jordan left baseline, and Fisher's going to get her for dribbling on the baseline. Got by Draper and threw, like you said, a nice diagonal to Hurt at the right point on the 3-point line. Maumee stays in that 2-2-1. Bowsher gets it across the timeline. Swain and Tilghman were playing catch with one another. Osei gets to the top of the key. I think it's time for her to get a little more selfish as she gets a touch in the paint.
Oh boy, that's a rough one.
They're going to call an offensive on that. It's just a spin move.
Kind of stepped on a foot.
Boy.
That's a tough way to pick up your third.
It is, yeah. I mean, that's a tough enough call as it is, but to be her third foul of the night is really a tough one to swallow. Coach Blackman's probably being way more calm than I would be about that. So 3 fouls on the leading scorer for Bowsher and just 2 points so far tonight. Just can't get herself going. She had that turnover too. That's going to be another pass. Should have been a turnover. Ends up in Taylor Smith's hands on the backside. 6-point lead for Maumee. Osei did a nice job too of not fouling. She was the closest player. You could see her wanting to go after Smith. Autry's shot misses everything, but she chases down her miss. Tilghman backs it out, gets Bowsher to set their offense. Enters it to the wing to swing, gets poked away, but gets the ball back. Autry now in front of the Bowsher bench. Back up high to Tilghman.
Maumee's keeping pretty close eye on Draper.
Jordan just pokes it right out of Draper's hands, and then Draper and Jordan get tied up in the corner with a jump ball. Ball's going to stay here with Draper. Nice hands, because Draper was looking for where she wanted to go with it next, and Jordan was just right up in her shorts a little bit, poked it away, and tied her up.
Yeah, she's been that runner down there, and they've communicated well when she goes back and forth.
Out of bounds play, ball gets stolen away by Reagan Hurt. Swain tried to bounce pass it into Osei, but well read there by Hurt. She takes that away. Bowsher's in there 2-3. Hurt's got it. Up top the pile, back to Hurt. Right side 3 is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Reagan Hurt. Extends that lead out to 9 now. Bowsher has not scored in the second half. Over halfway through the quarter. Tilghman tries to take it in the paint. Ball gets poked away by Jordan. Another turnover. Reagan Hurt, tries the baseball pass to Jordan, streaking down the left side, but gets poked out of bounds by Draper.
Yeah, we'll see. Bowsher kind of needs to punch back here.
Yeah, they're just not showing a lot of life on the offensive end, and I think I would get very selfish about the basketball if I was Aaliyah Osei right now.
They have not scored second half.
Back iron for Hurt, no good. Autry saves it inbounds underneath Maumee's basket, picked up by Pyle. Runner's no good, but she's fouled, and she's going to go to the free throw line. That foul's going to be on Swain.
To third.
So Taryn Pyle, third on Swain. So 2 starters with 3 fouls for Bowsher. Taryn Pyle is going to shoot 2 from the Welling Construction free throw line. Chance to get this out to a 10 or 11-point lead for the Panthers. First free throw for Pyle is up and good. I'm impressed with her shot.
Yeah.
She's not a very big girl, sophomore, doesn't have a huge frame, but she's held her own out there both nights against some aggressive defense.
Yep.
She's got a nice touch, good quick release. The threes she's shot and hit been in and out of her hands pretty quick as she knocks down both free throws. She's got 7, had double digits last night, she's got 7 tonight. Making a push for all tournament as far as Maumee's concerned as Bowsher throws it out of bounds against the pressure.
Maumee doing a good job speeding them up, kind of making them think a little bit too much.
And Bowsher has just been all kinds of out of sorts tonight. Doesn't look like the same team we saw play last night. Yeah. Swain's going to take a break after throwing that one away. And sub is Cheyenne Bush. This might be the first time we've seen Cheyenne the last sophomore.
Maybe can bring a spark here.
Ball gets swung around the horn. Smith's 3, no good. Rebound backside by Tilghman. Bowsher looks to run, and this is what Bowsher has to do.
Yep.
They need to stop the slow it down, set it up, and they just need to run. Tilghman, quick 3. The other thing they got to do is they got to find Osei. She's got to get some touches. Osei and Draper are not getting enough touches offensively for Bowsher to be successful. Maumee's got it, about 2.5 left here in the third. Bowsher still has not scored in the third quarter. And I don't know if Coach Curran will love that 3 by Taylor Smith, but senior's played her tail off the last 2 nights. He's probably going to let her get away with a little bit.
Yeah, so sending this 2-3, Draper running that baseline.
And you know, Maumee's doing a really good job. You can just see every time Osei's around, she's got Yancey in her back. Both Pyle and Smith are paying attention to where she's standing. There just isn't a lot. There's not a lot of openings to get the ball to her. Tilghman tries to step through. We're going to get a jump ball call, and that'll be a turnover to Maumee, which it was either going to be a travel or a jump ball, so it's going to be a turnover either way.
Coach Blackman there was kind of telling her to take a dribble and just shoot the ball.
30-second timeout for Maumee. We're going to take a quick one with them. We'll be right back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Back at Bryan High School, Maumee coming out of that 30-second timeout. They're going to bring it up against Bowsher. We'll see if Bowsher's trying to implement a little bit of full court pressure, and it looks like they're going to. They haven't shown much of that tonight. They got to find something to give themselves a spark. They've been outscored 10-0 here in the third quarter so far and trail by 11. Maumee gets it inbound easy. Smith pushes ahead, tries to get it to Yancey, poked away. Good job defensively by Osei, able to knock that ball out of bounds, so Maumee will bring it back in underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, we'll see Bowsher probably up in this pressure. Who on a man.
Lobbed into Hurt, curl action to Smith. Smith scoops it up, can't get it to go, soft off the rim. Yancey, though, saves it to Smith. 3-point shot, no good off front iron. Rebound by Autry, gets it quick to Tilghman. She's going to attack right at Smith, and that may be Encyclopedia Britannica, if they even have those anymore. Textbook charge.
I just use my phone.
YouTube it. You probably have to YouTube to find an encyclopedia. That was as perfect of running to a spot, beating a player to a spot, setting your feet, and then taking the contact as you're going to see. Yeah. The only thing that would have been better, Coop, is if somebody would have called that a block.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of waiting for it.
I was too. That's the only thing that would have been better because it was the most perfect charge I've ever seen taken.
Yep.
I was just waiting for somebody to run up and call that a block. And we're going to get, that ball was poked away down there by, turned over by Maumee. Bowsher's got the ball.
I didn't fully see it, but I didn't.
I didn't either. I was still stunned by the absolute perfection and beauty of that charge that was taken, I believe, by Taylor Smith.
Who wasn't?
If it was Taylor Smith, she might have earned all-tournament team just from the charge she just took. She's got my vote just for that.
Yeah. At least an honorable mention.
Bowsher working against that zone. Tilgham's going to fire a 3. Ill-advised again. The ball does not find Draper or Osei. Another possession. Hurt again. Tried that baseball pass twice tonight. She just has missed fingertips of Mila Jordan. I tell you, if Maumee could find a way to not turn the ball over, this 11-point lead could probably be a lot bigger. Bowsher might be fortunate to be as close as they are at this point with a quarter to play. Minute left in the third.
Got to get someone in the middle here.
Yep, this is going to be a 10-second.
Wow. Got him.
Must have been 9.5 when they got it across.
Tough roll.
Osei finally gets a look, can't bank it in from right in front of the basket. Rebound to Maumee, and they're going to push. Reagan Hurt works against
Wouldn't
Tilden.
mind just maybe waiting for a last shot here, but
Smith, a little pocket pass into Jordan. I think Jordan got an extra step, couldn't get it to go, and then she's going to get called for a foul. After she missed the shot, she's going to get called for a reach. Mila Jordan, I think she's going to pick up her second. Third foul, almost out of the quarter.
Draper's done a great job on the boards.
She's got to be pushing double-digit rebounds right now.
Swing it back.
Bowsher continues to play catch and then throw the ball away. Swain again throws the ball away against that pressure.
Osei was headed towards the middle there, and I guess she thought she was going to stay.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. Maumee leads 29-18. Ball gets inbounded. Ooh, I think that was poked out of bounds by Maumee after the fumble. But
there's not much protest.
No, tough angle right there for everybody. We had really the bird's eye view of it. They could have looked up. We would have helped them out with it. Reagan Hurt in front of her bench. Has the ball, picks up a dribble, then just throws it away to Swain. Swain with a spin dribble. She gets fouled by Taylor Smith. Bowsher's got a chance to eliminate the shutout here in the third quarter.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
It's going to be about a guaranteed score. Sanaya Swain at the Welling Construction free throw line. First free throw is no good. I wasn't even trying the announcer's drinks. I'd really like to see them not get shut out in this quarter. Just for their own good.
Yeah.
Second free throw is good.
He undid it.
Shutout is over. Bowsher has scored with 18 seconds left here. 29-19, Maumee leads by 10. Smith works hard. Boy, Pyle had a really good look at three. It was a little, I guess, early in the clock, but I think I'm letting her shoot it.
Yeah, you got 2 seconds.
You're not going to get any kind of good shot now. Yancey chucks one at the buzzer, misses everything. So that's the way the third quarter is going to end. Maumee 29, Bowsher 19, 1 quarter to play. Consolation game of the Girls Holiday Classic. We'll be back in Bryan right after this.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back at Bryan High School for fourth quarter action, the consolation game of the 2025 Girls Holiday Classic, where Maumee leads Toledo Bowsher 29-19. A 1-point lead at the half has turned into a 10-point lead for Maumee after a 1-point quarter for Toledo Bowsher. Just nothing but struggles offensively right now for the Blue Racers. And if they're going to make a move, they need to do it quickly, and their offense needs to pick up its pace. Tilgham has it on the left side. Osei is asking for them to put it on that side. Down in the corner, get her a touch. She's got 3 Panthers on her. Fine skip opposite. That's some good offense. Now you just got to knock down that 3, and Swain's shot wasn't close.
It's kind of what we saw out of the first quarter where they just couldn't get him knocked down.
Reagan Hurt gets it up against Sanaya Swain. Now picks up her dribble, finds Taylor Smith. She's going to work baseline. Nice quick
pass.
Move and a better pass. Great assist from the senior to the junior, Mila Jordan. recipient of a great look by her teammate there, and the lead swells to 12 for Maumee. 8 points now for Jordan on the night.
Stayed at the sideline there.
Draper's got it left side. Forces one to Osei, top of the key, who's got 8 eyes on her every time she's got the basketball.
Good
nice
hands,
poke away
yeah.
by Yancey. The entry passes have not been fantastic either, Coop. You'd work hard on that, I guess, in practice. If you want to try to get it to a post, I remember in the old days when we still had post players in basketball that we wanted to get it to. That was a lot of work for guards on ball fake high, bounce pass low, ball fake low, throw the lob inside.
Fake one to make one is what we always say.
Absolutely, exactly. And that has just not been the case for Bowsher. Oh, I'm not sure what that was out of Taylor Smith. Just kind of
called a heat check, but
yeah, it looked like she's trying to beat the shot clock. We just don't have one. And that shot missed, pulled down by Bowsher. They're in the half court. Pass is deflected to Draper. Draper's three is long. She's probably cold. That's her first shot she's taken, I think, since maybe second quarter. Getting frozen out by her own team. Maumee now in the front court, leading 31-19. About 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Reagan Hurt's three, back iron, and then hits the apparatus up above, so that'll be a dead ball that'll go to Bowsher. We're gonna get a Bowsher sub here. Cyan Bush is gonna check back in. She's coming in for Kamaya Draper. We did talk about Kamaya Draper has been an outstanding rebounder tonight for Toledo Bowsher. Maumee, as they should, stays in that pressure. Like you said during the break, it's pressure that's not even designed necessarily to get turnovers.
Right.
And keeps getting turnovers. No reason to come out. And there's a turnover in the half court. Autry a little out of control. Turned over by Smith. Smith, that might be the first time she's got a run out and got the layup to finish right there. Taylor Smith now has 8.
Yep. She's continuing just.
A good balance for Maumee. 7 for Pyle, 8 for Jordan, 8 for Smith.
Another hand for Smith.
And a 14-point lead. And Taylor Smith just doing a little bit of everything. That's the kind of player that everybody should like to have in their 7 or 8 player rotation.
Yeah. Bowsher with 10 turnovers just the second half. So that's what's been killing them.
Just all kinds of discombobulated for the Blue Razors here in the second half. Feel bad for Coach Blackman. Her squad just cannot find their footing in this ball game. Swain inbounds to Autry, hands it back to Swain. Maumee's happy to sit back. Now they got that 2-3 back almost inside the three-point line. Just saying we dare you to shoot it. Swain will oblige. The three misses again. Ball gets tipped to Reagan Hurt. Bowsher has just been cold all night shooting the basketball.
Yes. The fourth.
And that's going to be the 4th foul on Osei. And there's a little bit of frustration in that one. I don't think she needed to throw that body into her. She was going to cut her off regardless. It looked like Reagan Hurt was hidden behind the backboard anyway.
Yep.
And one of the assistants from Bowsher is really frustrated, and I don't think he's frustrated at the call as much as he is Osei picking that up. Nice curl action off of the screen there by Taryn Pyle.
And they wanted a call, but looks pretty clean to me.
They wanted a moving screen, but I think that was just Yancey holding her ground. Put a little shock into the Bowsher defender. And then we're going to get a blocking foul up top. Lyric Pratt is checked in for Maumee. Both teams have been really, really short with their benches. I'm not so sure. I think Maumee has played 7.
Yep.
But one of those is number 22.
She got
Penny
in for
Farley, and she was in
a
for
minute or two.
Yeah, just a brief second in the first half. Bowsher's played 7 maybe, but not very much off the bench. That jump shot goes long by Tilgham. Reagan Hurt. Foul gets called on number 1, Renaya Autry, as Reagan Hurt is pushing hard down the paint. Again, another one that was maybe a little out of control.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she was going to do with it once she got down there. I'm not sure she knew what she was going to do with it once she got down there, but foul was called, helped her out. Maumee inbounds underneath her basket.
I think she just walked there.
Jordan finds Hurt on the backdoor cut. Runner no good. Board to Osei. Rips it away from Yancey. The senior's going to push for Bowsher and attack straight ahead. She steps around Taryn Pyle, but Pyle poked that ball away from her out of bounds, so Bowsher will have it. 4:26 left in the ball game. Maumee's lead has gotten up to 16 now, 35-19 over Toledo Bowsher in the fourth quarter. If I was a betting man, Coop, I probably would have lost a couple
Got
bucks
underneath
on this one.
Yeah. I didn't. Bowsher just doesn't look anything like they did yesterday.
There's Draper shot right there. She has missed a shot, but everything else she shot has gone in. Hurt.
Oh, it's a dangerous
baseball
pass.
Yeah, and it's not something you need right now. As Tilgham loses her balance after picking off that pass. Swain's runner, line drive off the front of the iron doesn't go. Rebound to Hurt. She runs away from Swain. Swain and Osei try to travel. Osei's got to be careful with 4 fouls.
Jordan was wide open on the basket. Clarkie just notified me that was Bowser's first made field goal of the second half.
Oh my. Swain's going to try another 3, doesn't go. Autry attacks, comes after it, and the ball's going to go out of bounds off for Nia Autry as her and Reagan Hurt scramble for the ball underneath the hoop. Taylor Smith is going to check in for Taryn Pyle. So Hurt, Smith, Jordan, Yancey, and Pratt on the floor for Maumee. Smith works against the pressure, gets it over the top to Yancey. Fumbles and finds the handle down the corner. Now Pratt's got it. Picked up her dribble, and she's got three blue racers around her, so Coach bails her out, calls timeout. It's a full one. We'll take it with them. We'll be back on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping. Got a few minutes? You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
All right, back at Bryan High School. 3:26 left here in the fourth quarter. Maumee with a 14-point lead over Toledo Bowsher, and it's do or die time right now for Bowsher. They've got one made field goal in the half and a free throw to go along with that. So they've scored 3 points in over a quarter and a half here in the second half. That's not going to be good enough to get it done, but if they can find a way to start finding the bottom of the basket, use this pressure defense they're showing, they still have a chance.
Yeah, they're up in this pressure a lot.
It's your last effort here. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got to make a lot happen in a couple here quickly.
I'm really surprised we hadn't seen it more.
Nice action there by Maumee. Nice job being aggressive and strong with the basketball. Hurt kind of got stuck there, but a good curl cut by Pratt got her open for a runner in the paint. She's fouled to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm surprised watching Maumee yesterday against kind of Fairview's high pressure. I'm surprised Bowsher didn't come out and look to pressure the ball.
First free throw for Pratt is good from the Rolling Construction free throw line. Rolling Construction, third generation, family-owned general contractors. Call us for all of your custom home renovation project and commercial work. 419-636-3712. Second free throw from Pratt is good. Makes it 37-21 with 3:06 left on the Main Stop scoreboard. Main Stop's open when you need them. You're always near a Main Stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Bowsher gets a look in the paint that doesn't go from Tilgham, and then Swain trying to gather that offensive rebound, fumbles it out of bounds. So Maumee's got the ball and a 16-point lead with 2:56 left on the clock. Reagan Hurt's got the ball work, left hand up the floor, beats Tilgham. I think she tried a one-hand bounce pass there to Yancey.
Yancey's
but it
down.
Up in Osei's hands. Swain attacks, draws contact, can't get the runner to go, but she's going to end up at the free throw line after a foul by Lyric Pratt. As Izzy Yancey's a little slow getting up on the other end from Maumee, but she's up and walking.
Smith. First second, 2 seconds.
Sanaya Swain at the free throw line. 5'8" junior. Has 3 points on the evening. best case scenario for Bowsher, try to score some points here with the clock stopped.
Yep.
As Swain banks in the first one. Didn't hear her call it, but we're still going to let her have it. She may have. We're a long way away, and we got headsets on, so we're not going to hear everything. Swain will take her second free throw. That one missed everything to the right. So it'll be out of bounds to Maumee. 15-point lead, 2:43 left in the ball game. Bowsher throws some full court pressure here. Ball's into Hurt. Quickly back to Smith, who streaks up the right side. Bounce pass to Pratt. Probably would have been better served just pulling that back out to the corner. Try to dribble through traffic, turned it over. Tilgham steps inside Smith. Nice finish off glass.
There's quick three. Look, she has Yancey. Oh, too long.
And Reagan Hurt has seen three people open.
Yep.
Has yet to complete that pass, but she's seen them open as it gets turned over. And we're going to get a timeout by Bowsher. We'll stay here with him, just a 30-second timeout. Timeout sponsored by S&S Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play. From new main water and sewer lines to field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your time out in peace. S&S does it right the first time. Call 419-630-0729. 37-24, 13-point lead for Maumee. A little bit of foreign territory, and we looked at Maumee's schedule earlier. They are 4-6, so they've won some ball games, 2-2 in their league, but I don't know that they've had a lot of opportunities to be up by double digits in the second half a lot. You can see that I wouldn't say they're having trouble playing with the lead, but they're not playing like you might expect a team with a double-digit lead.
Calming down a little bit,
Got to slow their pace down a little bit, be happy to pull the ball out and eat some clock in possessions.
It's good ball pressure. No one else up here except
a little denial there by Taylor Smith.
Swain was the only one up here.
And a good deflection by the senior. She has been really good.
Bench was telling her to maybe just catch that one, and she was kind of saying, okay.
Yeah, easier said than done. You come on out here and do it, Coach. Bowsher inbounds long to half court, and then, we got 6 eyes on that, and 2 of them saw the travel as Swain caught it, landed on her stomach, rolled over to her back, and then threw it to a teammate. And then we finally decided, hey, I don't think that's legal. We made a travel call. So now Bowsher will try to deny after the turnover. Pyle has it. Inbounds to Smith. Smith finds Yancey. Right elbow jump shot, hits the rim 4 times, bounces out, but that's one we talked about, and then that too.
Yeah, that's
a
rough foul there.
Pratt. Play with a 13-point lead in about 2 minutes on the clock. You don't need that 15-footer out of Yancey right there, and you don't need that foul that far away from the basket. Just 2 on Pratt and 3 on the team, so you still got 1 more to give before they shoot, but you'd like to not even be close to the bonus if you're Maumee.
Just kind of slowing them down here.
A little bit of pressure, just making Bowsher take their time. Tilgham got away with an extra step, finds Draper just inside the 3-point line. Short off front, iron rebound to Yancey.
You just kind of calm down here.
Really, Maumee's done a nice job of limiting Bowsher to 1 shot most possessions tonight.
Well, I mean, a lot of that's from Smith. Always just has her hands in there.
Yep. Nice find, and I think could be on Autry, but if that's on Osei, she's going to be done. Nope, she calls it on 1. So gave it to Autry. That'll be her 3rd. And that's going to send Taylor Smith to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws from the Welly Construction free throw line. She's got 8 now, chance to get to double digits. Free throw is good. She hasn't been the leading scorer, wasn't the leading scorer last night. I think might have touched double digits. I think Pyle had a better night offensively, and even Jordan got to double digits, but she does everything for Maumee as her second free throw doesn't go.
Almost another foul there.
Osei brings it up. Smith distracted her for just a second, then to Draper. Draper needs to get her toes on the 3-point line. Good move by Osei.
There you go.
That's what we've been waiting on all night with 1.5 minutes left in the ball game. Drop step from the block, finishes over her right shoulder. Just 4 points for the leading scorer.
It's off her foot for sure, but
Bowsher. And then we're going to get a jump ball call. Going to stay here with Maumee. And that's when I think the official thought. It's not a kick if it's not intentional. It doesn't have to be a kick, and I think that's what the official saw, is that the Maumee player just threw it off Osei's leg, so it was a play on. 12-point lead for Maumee. A real nice inbounds play. Lob and just rip right back across the face. Smith to Hurt, and then Hurt finishes off a glass. Back to 14 as Autry attacks. Her layup is blocked. And then Yancey and Osei wrestle for the ball down low. Jump ball called. Bowsher will keep it down here. 1:11 left on the main stop scoreboard. Maumee by 14. Looking to finish off a win here in the consolation game of the Girls Holiday Classic. Bryan and Fairview to follow. With 15 minutes on the clock here as soon as this game's done.
So I guess they're saying
she never had possession, so it was just tipped into the backcourt, so not an over and back call. Tilgham attacks. Yancey tries to draw the charge, but she's going to get called for a block, so Tilgham's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Yep.
Third foul on Izzy Yancey. Under a minute now left to play. So a 14-point lead. Chance to cut it to 12 here, but I think he had a minute left, and the way Maumee's going, both teams are shooting free throws the rest of the way. Probably a little bit too little too late here for Bowsher. Right now they're just trying to get out of it being a single-digit scoring half.
Yep.
Just the 8th point of the half, the 9th point of the half. This would get them to double digits with 9 points in the fourth quarter and 1 in the third. And it's a 12-point game as we're going to get a timeout here called by Maumee. We're going to take it with them. We'll be right back on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
30-second timeout is over. S&S directional boring timeout. Maumee's got it now. Looking to go full court. Nice back shoulder fade from Hurt to Yancey. Or that was Smith to Yancey. Yeah. Yancey did a great job of catching that ball going down the floor. Maumee in a little bit of I should say Bowsher was in the scramble mode, just trying to force a turnover. We're going to get a foul. It's going to send Reagan Hurt to the free throw line. But Taylor Smith had nowhere to throw that ball. And Izzy Yancey, the post player, took off down the floor.
Should be shooting here.
Yeah, and she put it right on her back shoulder. I just was saying I'd like to be watching a little bit of football tonight if we get a chance. And that was a great back shoulder throw.
There you go.
Yep, should be 5 fouls. So Swain is done. I think they were just discussing if she could come in before the first free throw was shot, but Swain fouled out, so her sub can come in. And then puts Cheyenne Bush back on the floor for Bowsher, and knocks down her first free throw. Reagan Hurt now with 7. Good balance on that Maumee scoreboard. 9 for Pyle, 7 for Hurt, 9 for Smith, 6 for Pratt. And we don't have Jordan up on the board, number 12 Jordan, but I think she's probably in the 6 to 8 point range too. So a good balance from Maumee, good production from everybody. It's going to end up being a really nice team win as that second free throw goes, and 10 points now for Smith. Three-pointer rattles in and out appropriately.
Yeah,
They've just been ice cold from 3, and that's the way it's going for Bowsher. Hurt's got it. Works against Osei. I think Osei doesn't have to take any chances to hurt herself here. This one's pretty much in the books, under 20 seconds left. It's Osei and Yancey collided. Yancey setting a ball screen. A couple of kids playing hard. You're not ever going to tell kids to quit playing hard, because that's about the time you do that. That's when somebody does get hurt, but you're also well under 30 seconds of a 14-point ball game there. And if you're Coach Blackman, the last thing you want to see is your best player getting lost in this ball game, when at this point this is game 11 for Bowsher, so you're at just the halfway point in what's shaping up to be a long year. You don't want to lose your best player. Unfortunately, she's up and walking off the floor okay. So Maumee will inbounds by their bench, 17.7 left, 14-point lead.
pressure
Pyle
coming off here.
To Reagan Hurt. Ball up top to Pyle. Working against still some good on-the-ball pressure by Toledo Bowsher. Not fouling, hopefully, but playing some good aggressive defense. Pass is picked off by Draper. Ahead to Tilgham. Tilgham's shot is going to go up after the clock goes off. So that's going to end it here in game one. Maumee with a nice win, 42-28, coming back after getting beat by Fairview last night. Toledo Bowsher takes a tough two-loss tournament on their visit to Bryan this winter. Wish both these teams and their coaching staffs good luck the rest of the winter. We're going to do all-tournament team with Mr. Hughes down here. There will be one recipient from both of these teams announced from the scorer's table. Coop, we talked about it earlier. We're a little bit surprised by how that one went tonight.
Yeah, Bowsher just kind of looked off the whole night, and I think Maumee played a good game. They kind of put together those runs that they had last night without the downs, without the lows, and I think that was big for them.
As you see, Kamaya Draper from Toledo Bowsher received her flag for all-tournament team. And for Maumee, number 10, Taryn Pyle had a nice night both nights, scoring. Really shot the ball well. Sophomore point guard did a really nice job for Coach Curran's squad. We talked a lot about Taylor Smith. I thought Taylor Smith did everything for Maumee the last two nights.
She did a lot of the little stuff, defense, rebounding.
And she may have drawn. Was she the one that drew the charge, or was it Reagan?
Yes,
she drew that charge. Nothing against Taryn Pyle. She was fantastic. She did a great job. We got to dig up a plaque from somewhere. We got to hand Taylor Smith something.
Charge of the year. Charge of the tournament.
Give her a pulled pork sandwich. Give her something on the way out the door for standing on the tracks there and taking a huge charge earlier in that game. All right, well, that's it for game one. We're going to take a break here, get things recalibrated a little bit before we get into game two, championship of the Bryan Holiday Classic for 2025. The Lady Bears and the Lady Apaches getting ready to square off here in our final ball game. Brian Arnold, Cooper Beltran will be back after a short break on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
All right, Brian Arnold and Cooper Beltran back with you at Bryan High School. We are set for the championship game of the Girls Holiday Classic brought to you by BSN between the Bryan Lady Bears and the Fairview Apaches. It's the Bryan Athletic Boosters countdown to tip-off. Trying to catch our breath a little bit.
Yeah.
Not the ball game we expected in game one between those two. What I expect in this one is a couple of similar styles. Two teams that really like to get after you defensively. You've got perimeter-oriented teams. Neither team really with a true post player. Nobody that's really going to go sit down on the block like an Osei or a Yancey from Bowsher and Maumee. Perimeter-oriented. You got a couple of kids who can score the basketball. Last night, Aubrey Hammer had 23 for Fairview, followed with Mavis and the freshman Heisler from Fairview scoring in double digits. Bryan got 18 from Avery and Fisher, 16 from Josie Arnold, and some good support on both ends from some teammates. So I think it really comes down to whose scorers show up tonight, whose shooters knock down some shots, and a little bit too, like I said before, maybe the whistle, just the way both teams like to play defense, a little bit handsy. Is this going to be a physical game where there's a lot of grabbing and holding, a little bit of an Archbold Bryan style, or is it going to be a little bit of a tighter whistle that makes kids change the way they play?
Yeah, you're going to kind of have to adjust as a player, and not all adjustments can come from the coach. You just got to know being on the court, it's a different feel. So kind of figuring that out and figuring out how you can play, and I think scoring, it's just who can score.
Exactly.
Two tough defenses.
All right, so let's look at the last meeting here between the Lady Bears and Fairview. Did not play last year. The two teams don't put each other on their schedules because of the Holiday Classic. So they didn't meet up last year. The last time they played was in December of 2023. Bryan won that game 66-52. Bryan was on a 5-game win streak with that win against the Apaches, and that's when the Bears were going through the high years and the 5 straight league championships and all that good stuff with those groups. A little different group of Bears here the last 2 years, but it's a different group of Apaches as well. So let's look at Fairview, talk about our visitors from down south in Defiance County. Coming at 6-3, 2-0 in the GMC, and there's a big one there that I know the Lady Bears have circled as Fairview knocked off Wayne Trace, somebody that Lady Bears had a lot of trouble with. Even trailing 17-3 in the first quarter, Fairview able to come back and get a win in that game. Head coach Rush Zedike is in his 8th year at Fairview, a 116-57 record. They defeated they defeated Maumee last night, 70-48. And they've had really, if we'll get a chance to look at their schedule in a minute, had some quality wins, and even their losses have been some good losses. Averaging 56 a game and giving up 51. Played some really good teams right out of the chute. 4-point loss at St. Mary's, a 4-point loss at Archbold. Knocked off Hicksville, knocked off a league foe for us, Wasion, by 3. And then that 52-46 comeback win versus Wayne Trace. Lost by 6 to Delta. Delta, one of the better teams in the NWAL. Beat a solid Ayersville team, beat Stryker by 5, and then that win last night over Maumee. So, the Apaches, I know we saw them a little bit this summer, and Coach Zedike was trying to work his way through things, and I think part of that was working his way through playing a couple of young girls.
Yeah, kind of them getting their feel for it, and not a very deep team, but I think they're confident in anyone they can put out there.
They've got the 2 starters, there are 2 freshmen in the starting lineup in Nevaeh Heisler, who's averaging 10 points a game, and Brianna Moninger, who comes in averaging 6 points a game. But they're also playing some sophomores and some sophomores, juniors in there too, and getting some good minutes out of their seniors that they've got. So let's look at our Lady Bears. Come in led, as always, it feels like, by Coach Todd Grosjean in his 19th season in Bryan. He followed Coach Eric Stantz after having the helm before. Coach Stantz, who was his JV coach. Coach Grosjean overall 373 and 204. They defeated, so that's graph. I got to quite Bowsher last night by 5, 41-36 in a pretty good ball game. Come in averaging 43 points a game and allowing 44. And as we look at their schedule, I think that's one thing the Lady Bears have got to try to find is some offense. When they can score the basketball, they have some good success. They're a team that is going to defend you. They're not going to make things easy on you. And if they can find a night where you can get 2 to 3 girls in double figures and score the basketball a little bit better, they're a tough team to beat because of the way that they can play some defense.
Yeah, I mean, you see on that schedule there, anytime they scored over 40 points is a win. And so I think that's going to be a big thing. And you always have your scorers in Avery and Fisher and Josie Arnold most nights. And so kind of getting the girls like Piper Hanna to kind of step up, and Maya Langham to kind of put some points there. And I think if you can get some more of those up towards those double digits, I think they'll breeze through here.
On the goal board in the girls' basketball office area is keeping the opponent under 40 points, and it's also about keeping the opposing team's leading scorer under her average. So that'll be a tall task tonight. You've got a couple of good scores for Fairview. I mentioned Nevaeh Heisler already. The freshman comes in averaging 10. Aubrey Hammer comes in averaging 11, but she had 23 last night and made 3 threes, so she was circled on the scouting report for the Golden Bears.
Yep, getting out to shooters. They like to shoot the ball. Fairview's not afraid to let it fly, so getting out to shooters, rotating will be big.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. It's a Bryan Athletic Boosters countdown to tip-off. We'll be back with some keys to the game, meet tonight's officials, and get ready for the championship game in the Holiday Classic.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
All right, back at Bryan High School, Brian Arnold, Cooper Beltran getting ready to bring you the finals of the Girls Holiday Classic from Bryan. So let's talk keys to the game for both teams tonight. Keys to the game brought to you by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers, your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. So let's look at keys to the game for our visitors from Fairview.
Maybe.
We're just going to sit here and look at the screen until something good comes up, because otherwise we're just going to make things up anyway. All right, keys to the game for Fairview and Coach Zedike's crew.
It's going to be stopping the dribble penetration. Avery and Fisher, obviously the main one I would think of to get into the rim. Josie Arnold does a good job using her shot fake to get to the rim as well. So stopping that dribble penetration and stopping the collapse and avoiding those kicks. And then identifying and getting out to those shooters when those kicks happen. A few good shooters on the Bryan team. They're not afraid to let it fly. So identifying and getting out to them is going to be big. And then attacking the pressure that Bryan will put on them and taking good shots, valuing every possession. And I think they did a good job against Maumee yesterday to get out and run. They kind of avoided that pressure. But Bryan will try to pressure. They're going to try to speed you up. So staying under control and taking a good shot is going to be huge.
Yeah, we'll see the Bryan keys here in just a second, but the Lady Bears are going to have to get back in transition. I thought Fairview did a good job of pushing action most of the time and then moved the ball really well when they did get into their half-court set. So let's talk about keys to the game for the Lady Bears.
It's going to be contesting shots. No clean looks at three. We always talk about on the boys' end is taking them out of rhythm. No rhythm jump shots. So no just catch and put it straight up. That'll be huge to stop this Fairview three-point attack. And then staying out of foul trouble. There's a few of them last night and a few even in the games before. Just kind of a few reach fouls, a few touch fouls, and it adds up as we get later in the game and causes the coaches probably quite a big headache, offense, defense. And then balance on offense. Others need to score other than Avery and Fisher and Josie Arnold. Getting others involved will be huge.
Yeah, some of those silly fouls cause coaches and parents a little bit of indigestion at times when they see things. And, part of that is just understanding for everybody on the floor. And Samantha Kuhlman was like this last night for Fairview, picking up some fouls up top. You have to understand your importance to the team. You got to understand the team concept of how deep we are or are not and what kind of bind you're putting the team in if you make silly decisions as far as fouls go. All right, we're going to take one more break here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Countdown to tip-off. Brian Arnold and Cooper Beltran here with you for the finals. We'll come back. We'll talk starting lineups, get the national anthem, and get ready for tip here at Bryan High School.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Back at Bryan High School, just under 3 minutes before tip of the championship game of the Holiday Classic. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Let's meet tonight's officials. That's something that I missed before when we were talking about keys to the game. Game officials are brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center, who has served in the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. Got a veteran crew tonight with Dan Carnahan and Shane Chamberlain. Brock Schooley is a name that I'm not aware of. Looks like possibly a younger official. It's always good to see some younger officials getting involved. Thought the crew in the last game did a pretty good job.
Yep.
Especially our JV official who worked 2 games before that and then worked a 3rd straight game, did a really nice job. Now that's not easy, getting up and down the floor and staying focused and calling a good solid game that the girls are counting on. I thought they did a pretty good job, so hopefully we get another good round out of this crew. All right, about 1:45 away from tip, Coop. We talked keys. We talked a little bit about last night's game, and I think, it's big for, I'll start on the Lady Bears side. I think it's big for the Lady Bears to get off to a good start and play clean and knock down some shots. They seem like when they see the ball go in early, the confidence of the entire crew gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and I think even starting out with some attacks at the basket, you get fouled, you get to the free throw line, and again, we always say it's the best way to get your shot going. Get some free throws, no contest, and then maybe you can start kind of getting some threes and gain that confidence.
And watching Fairview play last night, I think for them, it's not necessarily, it's always good to see shots go.
Yep.
But I think it's almost more important for them to get some turnovers, get some transition buckets, get out and run.
Yep.
They really played well when their energy level was up, creating turnovers and getting runouts for layups. That picked them up on both ends.
Yep.
And, we saw that for years with Bryan, and the Lady Bears are still that way. When they can get out in pressure and they can get into their run and jump and they can force some turnovers, get some easy buckets, get some layups, all of that stuff makes the entire game easier and just gets everybody into a relaxation mode and allows them to play loose. So we're 30 seconds away here from game action tonight. We're going to send it down to our public address announcer, Aaron Hughes. Want to thank Aaron Hughes, Ken Harris, Melanie Reinhardt, some of our regulars at the scorers table tonight that are working the Holiday Classic, as well as Athletic Director Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzmal. The Athletic Department of Bryan always does a fantastic job putting on the Holiday Classic.
The officials assigned to this game have met the requirements set by OHSAA and have been approved for their important role in tonight's game. Our officials are Mr. Dan Carnahan, Mr. Shane Chamberlain, and Mr. Brock Schooley. Gentlemen, welcome to Bryan. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administration, authority figures, and of course your team and their opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great and remember to respect the game. Thank you. And now to meet the teams. First, for the guests on the scoreboard, the Fairview Apaches. Starting lineups for Fairview. Hold on, Sam, I haven't said your name yet. Number 2, Samantha Coleman. Number 20, Lorelei Salyers. Number 22, Nevaeh Heisler. Number 23, Aubrey Hammer. And number 24, Brianna Moninger. Head coach is Russell Zedike, assisted by Nikki Grimm and Joe Kime. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Bryan Golden Bears. Starters for Bryan, number 4, Amaya Langham. Number 11, Piper Hanna.
Number 14, Avery Ann Fisher. Number 22, Josie Arnold. And number 42, Brea Hepker. Varsity coaches Todd Grosjean, assisted by Colin Walker, Delaney Valderez, Kayla Arnold, and Eric Roofer. Ladies, let's play ball.
And there's the starting lineups for tonight's game. Starting lineups brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln. Bryan Ford Lincoln, located at 920 North Main Street, where good values meet a great deal. So getting ready to tip it up here at Bryan in the finals of the BSN Holiday Classic. Bryan and Fairview renewing an old rivalry that goes way back. Coach Russ Zedike and Coach Todd Grosjean leading their squads tonight. As a tip by Hepker, controlled by Fairview. Hammer uses the ball fake, gets the bucket and wastes no time, continuing to score the ball really well for Fairview. Gets the first two on the main stop scoreboard. Langham thought about a drive, got that taken away. Arnold tried to work off of a screen. Pass gets deflected, ends up in Heisler's hands. Turnover for Bryan, ends up in 2 points, and Fairview gets exactly what they want. 2 easy looks and 2 buckets and a quick 4-0 lead on the main stop scoreboard.
Yeah, we'll see. Kind of talked about it yesterday, maybe getting into a set, quick hitter. Got to get your confidence, get your feet under you.
Coach Grosjean calls out a play from the sideline, and Maya Langham backs it up to half court, defended by Moninger. Her pass is picked off, tried to enter to the wing. Kuhlman picks that off. And we'll get a block call on Maya Langham. The bucket was good. Fairview up 6-0, a chance to go to 7 as Kuhlman to go to the free throw line. And Maya Langham picks up her first and Bryan's first.
Yeah, she's trying to get down there, just couldn't really get. Couldn't beat her to the spot. Great job by Kuhlman.
Kuhlman will take her free throw from the Welling Construction free throw line, and that is good. And it's a 7-0 lead, 48 seconds into the ball game for Fairview.
Yeah.
As Langham will bring it up the floor against this Fairview man-to-man.
It'll be interesting to see how Bryan responds here.
Set play to Josie Arnold trying to get a shot in the corner. She gets doubled off the ball. Fisher, shot fake, baseline jumper, off front iron. Good read by her following the shot. Piper Hannah left alone for 3, doesn't go, off back iron. And then Avery Ann Fisher comes in and ties up Samantha Kuhlman. That jump ball will stay here with the Bears. They'll have it out of bounds underneath their basket. Josie Arnold will bring it in. I think if you're Coach Grosjean, you're just happy you saw a couple shots come out of that possession. Arnold inbounds to Fisher, working against Moninger. Fisher back to Arnold. Arnold's baseline jumper, back iron no good. Rebound to Moninger. She'll push it up the floor. She finds Kuhlman on the right side. Fairview gathers and sets their half court. Bears in man-to-man.
Well, you got them in the half court now. Better than them running out.
Hammer takes the handoff. No Bear went with her. The Bears got lucky. She handoff to Kuhlman.
It's a tough one to pick up for the first.
Trips over her own feet, but we're going to get a foul called on Josie Arnold there. No contact. But the official was behind. Tough angle to see that.
Yep.
And not a whole lot of protesting out of Josie Arnold either. So foul on her and a foul on Langham. The two were in trouble a lot last night. Fairview gets an easy bucket. Coach Grosjean wants a timeout. 9-0 Fairview leads right out of the gate. We're going to take a break here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Coach Grosjean calls it SNS directional boring timeout as Fairview leads 9-0, less than 2 minutes into the game here. First quarter action at Bryan in the finals of the Holiday Classic. Bears with the ball in the half court. Avery Ann Fisher working against Heisler. Ball to Arnold working against Samantha Kuhlman. Back to Piper Hannah. And this is where the Bears get into issues when the ball stops.
It's stagnant.
Yep. Piper Hannah does a good job finding the left side action. Arnold's 3, left side is short. Kuhlman pushes quickly. Bears nice job getting back in transition there. Kuhlman picks up her dribble, gets it up top to Hammer working against Amaya Langham.
And try to look for the
Got it
post
left
here.
side against Fisher.
They want to attack it.
Ray Hepker and Salyers working inside, and now Fairview goes to their 50 to their open offense. Poolman off glass and good, and Fairview red hot to start, up 11-0 against the Bears.
They've not missed a shot.
Bears quickly the other way. Langham's drive gets taken away. Arnold's got the ball. Tries to force a bounce pass into Hepker, gets poked to Langham. Langham scoop shot won't go from the baseline. Rebound to Heisler, and Fairview looks to push again. Heisler is going to be bumped by Fisher. So
Hand
now
check
Arnold,
there.
Fisher, and Langham all have a foul, and nobody's got a point. It's 4:56 left in the first quarter. Fairview leads 11-0.
Yeah. We'll see if Fairview can sustain this. They kind of had it yesterday, and they kind of hit a low.
Salyers with a good shot fake beats Brea Hepker. Can't get the layup to go, and then nice check out there by the Bears on the defensive rebound by Fisher, fouled by Heisler. First foul on her and first on Fairview. So the Bears still looking to try to break the ice and find a bucket here to get the scoring underway for the Golden Bears.
They got their first stop there. Let's see if they can end this one in a bucket.
Fisher against Heisler, gets into the lane, finds Langham. Langham back to Arnold. Arnold works off of a screen from Langham, steps through, runner, no good. Gets her own rebound and finishes there to get the first bucket of the night for the Bears. Bears on the board. Fairview leads 11-2. Moninger quickly into the front court. Skip pass from Hammer over to Heisler, working against Fisher.
She's going to go 5 out here.
Fairview happy to swing it around the horn. Trying to look for shooters. Salyers against Hepker. Hammer kicks. Moninger's three is up and good, and Fairview stays red hot. 14-2 lead. Moninger, the freshman, knocks down her first shot of the night. Arnold finds Langham, and Langham's going to get held by Moninger. Nice ball fake and attack there by Amaya Langham.
It's the second hand check we've seen here, so we'll see how this whistle develops.
I think it's been a pretty tight but consistent whistle so far. So, like you said, girls are going to have to make the adjustment as they go. Got a couple of subs in for Fairview as Zedike and Mavis check in, and now we're going to get an offensive foul called. Moving screen on Brea Hepker. So 4 fouls on the Bears halfway through the first quarter. Turnover by the Bears. 14-2 lead for Fairview, as the Lady Bears try to unhitch the trailer here offensively and find a little bit of rhythm. And Fairview's had nothing but start the game. Bears get into a little bit of their full court pressure. Poolman off of Fisher. Hammer attacks. She gets all the way to the basket, gets fouled by Josie Arnold. Same thing as she did twice last night. Stands at the basket, instead of standing around and taking a charge, decides that she's just going to foul the shooter. Aubrey Hammer will go to the Welling Construction free throw line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. Welling Construction, third generation family owned general contractor. For quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work, contact us at 419-636-3712. Arnold will check out. Miley Bulmer checks in. Second free throw is long. Nobody checks out. Mavis gathers the offensive rebound. Fairview still with the ball, 13-point lead. Hammer attacks, kicks to Heisler. Heisler's three doesn't go, and there's Mavis beating Hepker to the ball. Great hustle by Sammy Mavis. Gets the putback and a 15-point lead for Fairview.
Feels like everything that Bryan was doing good last night is just poofed.
Exact opposite. Fairview can't do much wrong right now, and the Lady Bears aren't trying to stop him either. Get the ball to Fisher, top of the key. Langham's three misses everything, but there's 2 Fairview players there, and it went off of Brea Hepker somehow. So, Miller will check in for Brea Hepker, give her a break. 3:02 left in the first quarter. Fairview with 17 points and a 15-point lead against Bryan as they drop back.
They're going to hop into the 2-3.
Got to find some way to stop the bleeding here defensively. Find something to lead to some offense. Heisler tries the baseline, nothing there. Zedike's three is up, no good. And another offensive rebound for Fairview. And another offensive rebound for Fairview. Hammer's three is no good. And another offensive rebound for Fairview. 3 straight in this possession. Hammer's got it up top, and Fairview resets.
You switch to the zone, you cause some missed shots. It's going to be tougher to rebound out of, but you got to put bodies on people.
Mavis inside, outside with Heisler. Another three, no good.
Oh, another one.
And Sammy Mavis not checked out again. That's going to be another offensive rebound for Fairview. 4 in just this possession. And Lady Bears are going to have to get a body on somebody when a shot goes up. Easy inbound play. Mavis 8-footer knocks it down. I'll tell you what, last 2 nights have been clinics from Fairview on inbounds plays. That's a full timeout for Bryan. We'll take it with him here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Back after that full timeout at Bryan High School. Fairview leads Bryan 19-2 with 2:18 left here in the first quarter. Timeout sponsored by S&S Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play. From new main water and sewer lines to field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your time out in peace. Call us at 419-630-0729 today. Lady Bears in the half court. Piper Hannah trapped by Kuhlman in the corner. And we're going to get a reach called on Fairview. Ball will be out of bounds underneath.
This is a good opportunity. Maybe get a layup and just kind of get your feet on. I mean, right now it probably feels like there's a lid on the rim for Bryan.
Heisler and Hammer check out for Fairview as Moninger and Salyers come back in.
Might have had it there.
Out of bounds. Had Miley Vollmer for a second on the curl. And then we're going to get a second foul, I believe, on Sammy Mavis. Nope, they're going to give that one to Moninger. Had a couple of options there as Avery Ann Fisher attacked the paint and got checked with a little bit of body.
Yep.
Josie Arnold and her 2 fouls will check back in with 1:49 left here in the quarter. Arnold will inbound into Vollmer.
He's going to come back to Josie. And Fairview knew that.
Try to throw it right back to the corner. Fairview's out-of-bounds plays look like they invented out-of-bounds plays. Ours we've seen before. Fairview had seen them before, and they defended it really well. That's been a huge difference so far. Fairview will inbound after the Bryan turnover.
Trying to pressure, maybe cause a turnover.
Moninger works it up. Amy Miller back in for Bryan. Offense, defense with Josie Arnold. And three-pointer from Moninger is good. She's taken 2 and made 2. And that lead is 20 in the first quarter for Fairview. 22-2 over the Lady Bears here in the first quarter of the Holiday Classic Finals.
Yeah, it just feels like they're almost one step ahead of whatever we try on defense.
Vollmer works into the paint, spin move against
great move.
Sammy Mavis. Looked like a little bit of contact, no whistle. It was a good move by Miley. Couldn't get it to go as Moninger pushes it up the floor. Swings to Salyers. Salyers with a great find of Kuhlman, who was alone under the basket. And guess who?
Another,
Sammy
oh
Mavis
my goodness.
again.
Oh my goodness.
2 more offensive rebounds.
I think that was 3 there.
3 more. Sammy Mavis with another. She's just been running around free the entire time she's been on the floor. No white jerseys anywhere around her. If she was a wide receiver, she'd be going to a Pro Bowl after this first quarter for all the time she's been open and caught balls. Bucket was good by Kuhlman. Foul on the Bears. She knocks down the free throw. She's got 8 already, and that's 25 first quarter points for Fairview, as they lead by 23 here in the first quarter. 25-2, Fairview leads. That is not a misspeak. Under a minute left here in the opening quarter.
like a box set here.
Bears trying to run a set.
And maybe a little bit of confusion.
Yeah, not quite sure what they're doing.
I don't know if they're quite sure what they're doing.
A blown assignment somewhere, and Piper Hannah's got it left side. She works, gets walled up by the defense, finds Fisher, works through a whole lot of contact. Got mugged at the elbow and then got mugged at the rim, and she's going to shoot free throws for all of her effort. Fouled by Lorelei Salyers. Well, if you're the Bears right now, you got to find a way to have some positives.
Yep.
You got to find a way. This first quarter is going to be over here in 20 seconds. Hopefully with more than 2 points after Avery Ann Fisher knocks in her free throw. What you've got to do is how are we going to chip away in the second quarter and be anywhere within striking distance when this gets to halftime.
Yeah, you kind of saw Maumee yesterday. If they were able to do it, you got to try to replicate.
Both free throws good for Avery Ann Fisher. She gets her first 2 points of the night. 4 for the Bears now, 25-4, the Fairview lead. Hammer in the backcourt, works against the run and jump by the Bears. Lobs to Mavis. Mavis finds Z-Dyke. Z-Dyke back to Mavis at the elbow, and then Fairview will set their offense. Swinging around the horn, Lorelei Salyers ends up with the corner. Back to Moninger to the elbow. She finds Hammer, deep three, right side. Good at the buzzer. Why would it not be? After the first quarter, the Fairview had 6 for Hammer, 28 for Fairview, and a 24-point lead for Fairview at the end of 1. We'll take a break and be back with second quarter action here from Bryan.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Second quarter underway from Bryan. Golden Bears with the ball, trailing Fairview 28-4, start of the second quarter. And that is not an incorrect score. As Amaya Langham attacks to the basket, gets the bucket and the foul. Will go to the free throw line to try to complete a three-point play. Everything that's done offensively that's a positive for the Bears right now is huge. They got to find a way to get this thing manageable by the time they get to halftime.
Yeah, that was a great job to rip through the pressure and just take it to the rim.
Langham's free throw is up and good. Gets the Bears to 7. Going to continue the offense-defensive substitutions. Again, I talked about this before. When you're thinking about, I know you get a couple fouls, and maybe you don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's completely changing the structure of the game when you're selfish and you commit silly fouls and you get yourself in trouble early, which Josie Arnold did again tonight. And now her team's got to deal with her selfishness by not correcting mistakes. 2 more offensive rebounds for Fairview, and I think it's a good thing we're not statting that tonight because we may not make it through reading that stat at the half. And the freshman, Brianna Moninger, 3 for 3 from three-point range, has 9 points to lead the way for Fairview in a 31-7 lead here at Bryan High School.
Chet looks like he's about over it.
Chet has had about enough, and I don't blame him. Jesse Kidston misses everything with her 3. Moninger's got it. Long cross-court pass to Hammer.
Why wouldn't it?
I mean, everything else is going. Fairview, they're shooting about 90% right now. 33-7. Hammer's got 8. Kuhlman has 8. Moninger's got 9. We're just starting the second quarter. Emmy Miller's 3. Hard off back iron is no good. Fairview comes down with another defensive rebound. They've owned the boards. They've shot it about 90%. Hammer's going to try a deep one. Why not?
I would have put money that was going in.
I would too, and it didn't miss by much, just a little bit long off back iron. Miller gets that defensive rebound, and the Bears are into their offense. Avery Ann Fisher, a little bit of too much catching and holding out of Avery Ann tonight. She needs to get aggressive. At this point, you got to go get yours if you're Avery Ann.
And especially with her game of wanting to get to the rim. rip through and take it.
She's wearing Nevaeh Heisler like a
good
second
cut.
jersey. Brea Hepker, drop step. Can't get that to go. Old school, got to use the glass on that one. And we're going to get a foul on Emmy Miller, trying to come in and get the offensive rebound on the backside. So where Fairview is doing just about everything right, Lady Bears have yet to find any kind of groove. Very little going right for the Lady Bears. Piper Hannah checks back in as Jesse Kidston gets a seat.
I think it's gonna start down here on defense, forcing a turnover just like that.
Great job by Piper Hannah. Good attack. She traveled.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure what she wanted to do. Tried to get the ball back to her left hand on a spin dribble and turns it over.
Yep.
Good on the ball defense by Piper Hannah led to the turnover, but that's got to end up with some points.
Yeah, that's Fairview's first turnover, so it'll be big to see if Bryan can maybe force a few more and get some easy buckets instead of having to face this Fairview defense.
Hammer throws it over the top to Kuhlman. Kuhlman back to Hammer.
Fairview's so strong with their pivots and their ball fakes.
Yeah, fundamentally very sound, good passers. Mavis working against Hepker, kicks it out to Zedike. Zedike with a long two, doesn't go, but guess who? Follows her shot, and then Emmy Miller comes and picks her pocket, but steps on the line. Emmy Miller challenged the shot, didn't check the shooter out. Shooter followed her shot, got the rebound. Bears were lucky she didn't get the putback, but Fairview will inbound right in front of the basket, and this has been automatic points tonight.
There you go.
Until a nice poke away by Amaya Langham. First time the Bears have defended an out-of-bounds play tonight. We're going to call on Sammy Mavis. She picks up her second foul. Josie Arnold checks back in for Emmy Miller.
Yeah, you know, talking about those inbound plays, it is hard. Quick turnaround. You don't know who you're going to play next, so kind of for Coach Grosjean to try to scout those is going to be a little rough.
Yeah.
Avery has to be careful. She sets a moving screen every time on that play.
Don't say that too loud. I think she might have got away with a little bit of a push off there and then turns it over. She throws it into the Fairview defender. Mavis picks it up, pushes it to the other end, and that ball's up top to Kuhlman. 4:59 left here in the first half. Fairview by 26. Fairview swings it around the perimeter. Ball up to Zedike. Zedike picks it up after one dribble. Heisler left side. Works up top. Gives it to Mavis. Swings it over to Hammer. And Fairview perfectly happy to eat as much clock every possession as they can.
They'll eat the next 4:32 if they want.
There's a pretty good chance if they miss, they're going to get the rebound anyway, so they don't have to worry about being in any kind of hurry. Good screen and roll action from Hammer. And
great finish. Got under Amaya Langham there.
Nice bounce pass there from Zedike back to Hammer. Hammer finishes. She's got 10 already. Josie Arnold's going to push. They're going to get a block call there. Help side defense came from number 4, Sammy Mavis. Sammy's going to pick up her third.
Yep. I mean, anyway, here for the...
Probably about a step slow, too. Sammy, the right idea. Josie Arnold was bound and determined to get there.
Anyway, for the Bears to get some easier points, I was going to say, before she shot it.
Score, yeah, that's true. Nothing's been easy. And score some points with the clock stopped as we get Vollmer and Kidston in for Fisher and Hepker. Salyers will check back in for Mavis. Arnold's first free throw is good, her first point of the night. Or sorry, third point of the night. Second free throw is good. And then Brianna Richmond will check in for Arnold as a defensive sub. 35-9. The Bears have got to get cutting into this lead really quickly here.
Yeah. Need to cut it almost in half at least before halftime to even keep any kind of hope for the girls.
Yeah, halfway through the quarter right here. I mean, I'm no good at math. When I start doing it up there, I don't like what I see. Unless you can talk Fairview into doing that a lot, and then Miley Vollmer gives it right back. It's one where Miley's got to be able to recognize the fact that she's trying to dribble through real people and not just stationary cones.
Yep.
She did a great job of picking that off, but can't afford to just give the ball right back to Fairview there.
Yep. Looking down the floor, you know, you want to get someone to get out there and run the wings, so Miley doesn't feel like she has to take it straight up the middle.
No, but you got to understand the situation. You're
Yep.
not going to go make a 20-pointer down there. We
Yep.
need every bucket we can get to carve into this lead. You can't give away possessions.
Yeah, we talked about valuing those possessions, and
Zedike works off of a screen, shoots a bit of an air ball. I think Coach Zedike thinks that shot was blocked. None of the officials saw a block shot there, so the Bears are going to have possession. I will say, I'm sure Abby Zedike does not shoot too many shots.
Yeah.
Or Addie Zedike, I should say, doesn't shoot too many three-pointers that are 4 feet short. So something happened. Somebody opened a door.
Yeah, it looked like a
turned
pretty
the air conditioning on or something.
It was definitely a tight closeout from Brianna Richmond. She kind of almost jumped into her area, but there's some fighting down low between Vollmer and Selliers.
Bears need to find a bucket every trip. Maya Langham's got it up top against Moninger.
She has a count here.
She's going to go all the way down the paint. Got to look with her right hand. Couldn't finish off glass. Came out. Rebound to Heisler. Heisler challenged by Arnold. Can't get the shot to go. Then she gets tied up with Miley Vollmer. And that's the closest thing the Bears are going to get to a rebound right now.
I mean,
it feels like it's a jump ball. They just absolutely refused to put a body on anybody. And I really thought with a small team last year, I thought that was one of our best strengths is we were not afraid to box out. We didn't get killed on the boards. It's the same crew back this year, and we have just not been very good at putting bodies on people and rebounding.
And watching last night, that was one of the things post-game that we talked about of good things that they did against Bowsher being bigger. But
Fisher loses the handle again and turns it over. She has not been herself early here in this ball game. Fairview's got it back. Moninger hasn't missed a three yet.
And she still does not.
Now, 4 for 4 from the freshman. That must be a nice weapon to have if you're Coach Zedike. You know you can get a freshman to step on the line and not miss a three. And that lead balloons back to 29 now by Fairview. Miley Vollmer about lost the handle, gets it back. She goes at the rim, misses a layup. Ball rebounded to Moninger. She pushes, tries to stick a bounce pass through to Heisler on the backside. Heisler has it ripped away by Fisher. Ends up with Arnold, pushes to Fisher. Wants Fisher to work off of the screen. Turns down the screen, goes baseline, airballs the layup. That's pretty much been the first half for the Bears. Back-to-back layups, point blank for Vollmer and Fisher. Neither one go. And the freshman stepped up and knocked down her 4 3-pointer of the quarter for Fairview, the last possession down. Kuhlman pushes, attacks. Heisler gets the ball to the basket. Josie Arnold luckily didn't get her third foul. Probably should have been. Piper Hannah with the wrong decision. Should have went to the right because she had Langham on the left, and then you put the defense in a little bit of conflict.
Feels like nothing can go right at this
Bears
point.
can make a good decision if you gave them 10 options and 11 of them were good. Half-court defense here for the Bears. Minute 20 left in the half. That might be the only thing that can be good at this is it's got to come to an end at some point. Moninger works against Hannah, gets the ball to Heisler. Fairview happy to dribble the air out of the ball if we're going to let them. And I think at this point we might let them. A little high weave, going to try to run this thing all the way down to the half.
She's going to sit in the corners here.
55 seconds now on the clock. More than likely, we're going to see a bit of a JV contest break out in the second half. Tough thing for Coach Zedike is he doesn't have a super deep bench.
Yeah.
Right now, I believe he's only got 4 other girls dressed, so he pretty much is who he is with his group on the floor. That's probably the worst news for the Bears right now. 38-9, 46 seconds left. Brianna Richmond checks in for Josie Arnold to save her from herself here so she doesn't pick up her third foul before the end of the half. Not that I'm sure it matters a whole lot for the Bears at this point. Inbound into Kuhlman, and Fairview will go right back into the old Dean Smith forward corner stall. Kuhlman attacks. Shockingly, the rebound doesn't go. Bree Richmond gets away with a couple of steps.
Well, you know, when the score's 38-9, maybe
Mercy
we let it go.
Swallow the whistle a little bit. Piper Hannah's got it. Hits it to Fisher. Fisher's drawing a lot of attention every time she gets it. Piper Hannah, great job stepping through and by the Fairview defender right there. She gets fouled and she'll go to the free throw line again.
I think there's been a few more opportunities to attack the basket than we've taken, just being strong and ripping through. And I don't think that we've even really looked at that
I think part of it, too, is I think there's a lot of shell shock going on here. I think they're just, nobody expects this. As Piper Hannah misses that free throw, comes in shooting 83% from the line, missed that one pretty badly. She'll get a second shot from the Welling Construction free throw line. 19 seconds left here. Bears trying to get to double digits, and they don't. 38-9 Fairview lead. Coach Zadike yells at Aubrey Hammer to walk it up the floor. Ball finds Salyers in the corner, 5 seconds.
Gonna look low.
They want it to Moninger on the block.
Good denial there by Bree Richmond.
And then we get a train wreck in the paint between, it looked like maybe Heisler and Piper Hannah. So
Coach Zadike not very happy with that last possession there.
No, he didn't get what he was looking for out of that for sure. But I think that might be the only thing. Coach Zadike, he's going to take that in so he can be upset about something. But I don't know how, if you are in black and gold, you can be real upset about anything you just saw in that first half. And on the flip side, if you're wearing purple and gold, I don't know what you say over there either, realistically. I mean, I don't know that it was as much you playing poorly as it was Fairview shot the lights out. But if there's something that really would stick in my craw if I was Coach Groschke and that staff, is probably the double-digit offensive rebounds that Fairview is in. I mean, they dominated. The Bears got one chance, maybe a couple of offensive rebounds, but one chance every trip down. Fairview's getting 2, 3, sometimes 4 offensive rebounds in a possession. And I think I talked about it last night. I mean, I'm old, and I remember Charles Barkley, and Charles Barkley was 6'5" and led the NBA in rebounding, and all he ever said is he wanted it.
It's not about size.
He might have had a big caboose and he could move some people around with it, but the reality was he just wanted the basketball.
And I think Fairview just looks like they want it. They want it a little bit more than we do at this point. And
yeah, absolutely. Right now it's embarrassing, and the Lady Bears know that. You got a lot of competitive kids in that locker room. You got kids with a lot of pride. I would expect to see better effort out of them as they come out, and realistically, we got our tails whipped like this by Napoleon last year, and that was a little bit of a wake-up call. I don't think you have to do that all the time, but maybe if something positive comes out of this, maybe we can shake ourselves awake and find a way to maybe listen to the coaching staff a little more and get a little more fundamental with ourselves, because we're missing some things right now that are making a huge difference in the tail kicking right now at the half as Fairview leads 38-9. We're going to try to count up some of these stats. On one side of the ledger will take me a second. The other side will be pretty easy. We'll be back after this break here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
All right, back at Bryan High School. It's halftime of the finals of the Girls Holiday Classic. Fairview with, that is not wrong on the screen, a 38-9 lead over the Lady Bears. Lady Bears had a free throw to try to get it to double digits right at the end of the half, could not convert. So field goal and a touchdown with a missed extra point, and Fairview's been laying the wood to us here. Feels like the fall again a little bit, unfortunately, for the Bears. Both times I've been in a booth, it hasn't gone very well when it's been purple and gold and black and gold. Got some stats to go through here. As you can imagine, on the Fairview side, things look pretty good. 10 of 19 from 2. A lot of those from real close to the basket after either an offensive rebound or some penetration. 6 of 20 Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the
Don't
wrong
look at
side there. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but that ain't this. 10 of 19 for 2 from Fairview, 5 of 12 from 3, and that includes 4 of 4 from freshman Brianna Moninger, and then 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 5 turnovers for Fairview. On the Bryan side, about what you would imagine, 2 of 12 from inside the line, 2 of 17 from the field as they've gone 0 for 5 from the three-point line. They are 5 of 7 from the free throw line, so they've at least got that going for them, but they've turned it over 8 times to Fairview's 5. I'm not sure we could have asked Matthew to keep rebounding statistics. There's not enough ink in that pen for how many rebounds Fairview had that half. Let's just say it wasn't very pretty and it was pretty lopsided. Fairview, at this point, they may have doubled it. I guarantee they've got double-digit offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that surprised me coming out of the Golden Bears, especially after. I mean, last night I thought they did a very good job on the boards against a bigger Bowsher team, but it just looks like kind of Fairview just wants it more. They kind of just want to go get that rebound, and Bears struggling to put bodies on people.
Yeah, and we've all been through games like this as coaches and athletes where you just kind of want to burn the film and never see it again. Unfortunately for the Bears, this is twice in a week or so, twice in 8 days where they didn't show up, and they didn't show up in some bad ways, and that's something that I think they need to figure out. That game last Monday night at Genoa was over in the first quarter, and this game was pretty close to over in the first quarter. Now, there could be a miracle.
Yep.
Stranger things have happened. You and I would have nothing but a ton of fun calling a monumental comeback here for the Lady Bears. But realistically, I don't know that the black and gold are going to collapse quite that bad to allow us to make up for this 19-point deficit at the half. I'm sorry. My math is terrible.
Yeah.
The 29.
Yeah, 10 to that.
Yeah, 29-point deficit. We're probably going to see a running clock here early, and that's going to limit the time as well. I know what they're doing. I've got 2 on the inside. I know what we're doing to practice. I know the things we're working on. So it's a matter of the people wearing the jersey with the Bryan on the front and the numbers on them to try to figure out what it's going to take to be up every time you step on the floor, because the reality is you only get so many times to do this.
Yep.
And if you give them away, especially against teams that are happy to hand your tail to you, you got to figure out whether you got enough pride to play hard or if you're okay getting embarrassed. And right now the Lady Bears are going to have to figure out whether they want to get embarrassed on their own floor in their own tournament. And then they got some time off before they get into league action, and things aren't going to get a whole heck of a lot easier for them.
Yeah, that's the thing for Coach Gerstein is just kind of keeping the girls at least. I mean, you got to light a fire under them in that locker room to kind of save themselves. I mean, the embarrassment's already happened. The girls know it. They're competitive. No one in that locker room wants to be down 38-9. So I think coming out and just seeing what they look like, I think it'll tell a lot about the Bryan Golden Bears.
Yeah, and you're right. There's competitive kids in there, and I think that's where it's got to come from. If you need a 60-year-old coach who's been around for 500 games to come in and tell you you're getting embarrassed, you got to play harder, then you're not the competitor I think you are. You better find – I don't think you need a coach in that locker room to help you figure things out right now. So we'll take a quick break. We're going to come back with some out-of-town scores. Matthew already ate his pork sandwich, so I think he's actually doing his job right now.
We
may get some out-of-town scores when we come back right after this break on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Allie Held Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
All right, back at halftime here at Bryan High School. Under about a minute and a half or so left here until we get back to action between Fairview and Bryan. The Apaches well in control of this game at the half, 38-9. Got some out-of-town scores here. Boys finals from today. Hicksville beat Antwerp 60-52. Hilltop beat Fayette 50-46. Defiance beat Findlay 57-42, and Liberty Center beat Toledo Scott 68-30. OG over Upper Scioto Valley 74-40. On the girls' side, Fayette beat Evergreen 57-55. And Liberty Center, after a scoreless first quarter for the Tigers tonight, came back and beat Holgate 42-30 in the Henry County version of a holiday tournament. So out-of-town scores are brought to you, as always, by WBNO, WQCT. Nobody covers area scores and area high school sports like 100.9 B-Rock. Check in all season long, online or on the air for all of your local sports needs. So we're getting ready to get things going here in the second half. The ball will go to Fairview with their 29-point lead. Basketball is a 35 running clock, I believe. So if the lead gets to 35, anytime it's at or over 35 points, the clock will run the rest of the half.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that has not happened many times. I've been around Bryan girls basketball, and I don't remember seeing a running clock since the institution of the rule. So if nothing else, I would hope that the 5 in white jerseys on the floor, whoever that combination is at whatever time, is going to play with enough pride to make sure that doesn't happen tonight. All right, ball is inbounded. Fairview will bring it across. Kuhlman works against Piper Hanna. It's Kuhlman, Salyers, Hammer, Heisler, and Moninger, 5 starters for Fairview. Langham, Hanna, Arnold, Fisher, and Hepker, 5 starters back in for Bryan. Salyers with a nice roll, can't control the pass. Good bounce pass in there, good feed. Salyers beat Arnold.
It's a good look.
But couldn't handle the ball, goes out of bounds. Turnover to Fairview, Bryan ball.
Well, one of the first things that's really gone sour there for Fairview.
Well, it's a positive start. Bears run
Well,
pinch
elevator
play.
here, and yeah, they're going to get him.
They're going to get an offensive foul called on Brea Hepker. Well-designed play, but not well executed. You got to set your feet.
Yep. Kuhlman did a good job there, kind of trying to split through and really brought attention.
Got to set your feet. Bears go full court pressure here. Moninger throws it past Salyers. So Fairview trying to help us out a little bit. A couple of early turnovers. 2 for them, and then 1 for the Bears on the offensive foul on the other end. 35 seconds into the quarter, and 3 turnovers combined. Langham hands it off to Arnold, who's chased by Kuhlman. She gets it to the right side. Backdoor plays there, but Arnold was kind of stuck in a bad spot. Langham's 3 is long. Rebound to Fisher. Fisher drew a lot of contact there and no call. And we're going to get
a bench warning for yelling.
Because Coach Grosjean was questioning no contact on the body there.
I don't know.
I guess, I mean, it would have been worse if it was a technical foul, but I don't know that that reaction was worth any kind of response from the official other than maybe maybe whisper in the ear as you go by, say, hey, Coach, we got it, just relax. Some guys like to be the show.
Yep.
Fairview now with the basketball. Swinging around the horn. Moninger, right corner. Got Salyers in the post, taken away by Hepker. Ball gets deflected. Another turnover by Fairview. Bears run out. There's some body. And there's where that call, whether he got warned and sent to the bench or not, then we got that body. That worked out in favor of Coach Grosjean right there. So Langham gets the layup, and she'll shoot a free throw to try to complete 3-point play.
Yeah, you know, sometimes in baseball, down big, maybe manager gets fired up, gets thrown out. I don't think Coach Grosjean wants that, but.
No. I'm going to tell you, if I know that I understand why the state of Ohio instituted it as Langham misses that free throw. Fisher gets the board, and she gets fouled by Sammy Mavis. I think that'll be Mavis's 4th if that was Sammy.
Yeah, it is.
If you listen to any Holiday Classic over the years I've been doing this, you know how much I like the Mavis family. Sammy Mavis, just another fantastic kid. I've had a chance to be around a lot of them. Fortunately for me, that's a blessing to me that I've got to know the Mavises from Fairview that well. And I was really impressed. Sammy played a tremendous game last night. Doesn't surprise me. You're not going to find better hustle, better attitude out of players than out of the Mavis kids.
She ran herself into a lot of open layups last night.
She did. She was always in the right place. But she picks up her 4th foul there, so she's going to take a seat. Avery Ann Fisher knocks down both free throws. She's got 4. Lady Bears now have gotten to double digits. There's some good news. It's 38-14, or 13. Just trying to wish some extra points around. Bears extend their man-to-man out as Hepker ends up on Kuhlman out top. Fisher's on Salyers. Need to switch that back. Heisler works against Hannah. High weave. She tries to work to the right block. That's taken away.
Her feet.
Hamer's 3 is no good.
Good box out.
There we got a good check out by the Bears. She's going to step on the line, but
yep, it's a good box out.
Hoping maybe we may get a call that she got bumped, but I think she just lost her balance.
Yep. Well, clearly rebounding was an emphasis.
Yep. You saw two players look directly for a Fairview player to box them out versus stare at the rim and hope the ball comes to them.
Yep.
So
two offensive rebounds down there, too.
We did cover magnetism at halftime, and we realized that we are not magnets to basketball, so you have to
the ball will not fly to us.
Yep. You have to actually put a body on somebody, then go get it.
The way it was looking, Fairview might be.
That's true. That probably was a question at halftime. Coach, I don't know, maybe black jerseys are because the ball's ended up in their hands a lot. Fairview kind of stays at that slower pace. Another turnover. That's got to be 4 or 5. Nice pass by Fisher. And it gets the layup. A little bit of life here for the Bears. Yep. It's a lot to ask, but it's not a lot to ask to play some good hard defense and try to get yourself back into a ball game the best you can. Win the second half is all you can do.
Yep.
Hepker against Salyers in the corner. Salyers turns the corner.
Yeah,
and I think we're going to get a bump from Brea Hepker.
That'll be her third.
A little bit of a bump. Second foul on the Bears. Miley Ballmer will check in. This is somebody that really has got to get things going for the Bears. She's been dealing with a lot of things. But Miley getting
inbound play.
And there we go, another turnover. Miley getting going for the Bears. I've been begging for it all year. It would be a huge bonus. Fisher finds Langham. Langham to the basket, left hand, can't get it to go, but she draws a foul.
Well,
she's going to go to the free throw line. Chance to score some points without the clock running.
You know, if we could get this game to get restarted and start right now, I'd take that.
The problem is they thought the game started at 8:35, and it really started at 7:35.
Yep.
Maya Langham knocks down her first. That gets her 6th leading scorer for the Bears tonight. Amaya comes in averaging 7 and 3, shooting 72% from the free throw line. Second free throw is good. Dwelling Construction free throw line delivers for the Bears. 38-17, lead is 21. If nothing else, if they can keep it closer, it's way easier for me to do the math, which is always a struggle. Avery Ann Fisher works against Kuhlman. Kuhlman spins.
And they left
Heisler all by herself on the backside and misses a wide open 3.
Miley with a good box out.
Ballmer. Josie Arnold fires it quickly to the other end. Avery Ann Fisher, who gets grabbed by Brianna Moninger. Moninger had a couple of those last night too.
Yep. I mean,
she's a little grabby defensively. I don't mind. I mean, that's me. I mean, just sometimes you can get beat to the basket. Moninger is going to check out with her third. Addie Zedike in.
It's kind of part of Fairview's game. It's kind of stop that dribble drive. I mean, it's instinct for a lot of players. Is just putting that arm out there, the hand out there.
Yeah, there's some girls in white jerseys that'll do the same thing.
Yep.
This ball gets inbounded. Piper Hand is going to chuck the 3. It doesn't go. Rebound to Salyers.
Thought the going to the basket was really.
Yeah, and I don't know that's a bad shot. I mean, you got to find points somewhere. So she thought she was open, and Piper shot the 3 pretty good this year. Doesn't hurt for her to take a shot at it. Heisler working against Fisher in that left corner. Picks up her dribble. Salyers finds it. Tries to turn the corner and gets fouled by Miley Ballmer.
Actually, they're going to get Langham reaching in there. And she kind of stuck her hand and got an arm.
Maya around the ball. That's quick enough. She shouldn't have got caught. I didn't even see her there. I thought that was all Maya.
I didn't think she was going to get caught.
Yeah. That must be why Miley Ballmer was shaking her head. She didn't think it was her, like it wasn't her. It was Miley or Maya. Inbounds plays have been pretty good for Fairview tonight. Ball finds Salyers in the corner. Zedike works against Arnold. Salyers attack. She got a great first step. Speaking of, there's Aubrey Hammer, the great first step. But guess what? Offensive rebound to Fairview. Again, outworking the Bears to the basketball.
That'll be my third. 2 quick ones.
Yep. And that's just somebody. That's just getting outworked to the basketball right there. Cross screen on the baseline for Fairview. Ball gets thrown up high to Kuhlman or Zedike working against Arnold. Both have the 2.
Great
nice
pass.
backdoor cut. Emmy Miller caught sleeping there, flat-footed for the Bears. Easy bucket for Heisler. 6 for the freshman. Right now, the two freshmen have outscored the Bears 18-17.
And another.
We're going to get another offensive foul call, this time on Josie Arnold. 3 fouls on her. Reset the bounce pass here to Fairview. Hammer will inbound into Kuhlman. 40-17, Fairview leads. 3:33 left on the main stop scoreboard. Main stops open when you need them. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursdays every Thursday. Lady Bears stay in man-to-man, trying to show some pressure. At least make things hard on Fairview the best they can. Force a turnover.
Good job kind of pulling the chair off there.
Yeah. Slip the rug out from underneath a little bit. And Fairview struggling a little bit here. Some turnovers in the third quarter at least helped the Bears enough, but the Bears just cannot find some offensive efficiency to cut up much more into this lead.
Got 3 minutes here.
Fisher finds Arnold on the upcut. She's working against Kuhlman. Steps through contact. She can't get the shot to go off glass.
And we got 2-on-1 down here.
Nice pass from Moninger to Hammer. Can't get it to go. It's a tough one then. Avery Ann Fisher picks it pretty clean from the backside. That was a really nice play by Avery Ann Fisher. You're going to have some bad calls, and that was the first bad one that I've really seen. But that was a nice play by Avery Ann there. Tough luck. And every one of them matters so much when you're in a situation like they're in currently. That first free throw from the Welling Construction free throw line for Aubrey Hammer does not go. Hammer will get her second shot. And that one is good. Hammer now with 11 after having 23 last night. Arnold throws the ball down to Emmy Miller, makes a great catch. Can't get the shot to go. Fisher, offensive rebound. She can't get that to go. Salyers comes out with the rebound and push ahead for Fairview. A couple of good looks there for the Bears. Nothing to show for it. Kuhlman working against Hannah up top.
Try to jump that one.
Hannah came with some good help. Not enough to stop Hammer. Hammer gets another bucket. Fairview's lead back up to 26.
Yep, she's been outstanding the last 2 games.
Maya Langham will bring it across the timeline. Kicks to Arnold. Real deep 3 for Arnold, and that one's good.
Need something to go.
First made 3-pointer of the night for the Lady Bears.
And no one found.
Fairview quickly down the floor. Zedike tries to stick it in. Tries to find a bounce pass. Arnold kicks that one away. 43-20. Minute 52 left here in the third. Fairview up big on the Lady Bears in the finals of the Golden Bear Holiday Classic.
And then maybe their head turned there.
Kuhlman, or sorry, Zedike. Gosh, that 2 and the black ponytail keeps throwing me off.
Oh, that'll be shooting right there.
Yeah, Zedike, just a frustration foul. We see those every now and then.
Yep.
Didn't make the layup. So then she fouls Emmy Miller. That'll put Emmy Miller on the line, shooting 2. Emmy Miller goes to the Welling Construction free throw line. Welling Construction, 3rd generation, family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. First free throw for Miller is up and good. Sub into the ball game for the Lady Bears is Jessie Pittston. She'll check in for Maya Langham. Nevaeh Heisler checks back in for Samantha Kuhlman. Emmy Miller will get a second free throw here. Free throw is wide right. Miller stepped across the line. I think she probably knew which way that was tracking, trying to chase down her miss a little bit early. So makes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Lead at 22 now for Fairview, 43-21. Bears stay in their full court pressure, trying to make anything good happen. Hammer's going to get called for a travel. I think she might have got away with the first one there, and the official took advantage of seeing something close. So another turnover for Fairview here in the third quarter.
Clarkie did bring me a positive, 11 for 14 from the free throw line. Well, unfortunately, that's our
we got
third or fourth moving
offensive
screen.
foul. Apparently, that was a point of emphasis in the locker room with the officials. That's 3 or 4, I think, in the ball game that they've called now.
But 11 for 14 from the charity, 11 for 14 from the charity stripe.
Into the free throw line is good. The Bears need to get there. That's something that they've struggled with this year. So getting there and making buckets is good. Another turnover, though, for the Bears off that offensive foul. Fairview breaks the pressure. Heisler's got it up about the 10-foot line now, gets it to Hammer. Hammer runs the curl to Salyers. Salyers down the lane. And we're going to foul either on Kidston or 3 on Arnold, one of the other, or 4 on Arnold, but it's going to get called on Kidston. Be 2 free throws for Lorelei Salyers. Back iron and no good on that. Second free throw coming. 1:19 left here in the third quarter. That free throw rattles in and out.
Good box out.
Good box out by
Grab the
Fisher.
ball.
Then she chases it down. And she's going to push up the middle of the floor. And she's going to get a bump from Salyers. It'll be her third, and Fisher's going to go to the free throw line. Avery Ann Fisher, leading scorer for the Lady Bears this year, makes her first free throw. Comes in after scoring 18 last night. She was averaging 13 coming into the ball game last night, so pushes her close probably to 14. That's 5 now for her. Bears down 21, 43-22, 1:09 left here in the third quarter. Fisher will get another look. No good. Salyers with a nice box out, gets the defensive rebound. So the Bears just 2 for 4 after we talked about how good they were shooting from the free throw line.
Yep.
Just can't have nice things, Coop.
No.
But force another turnover.
Yeah. I think that's something Coach Ziak won't be very happy with the second half is the increase in turnovers
and it's hard. It's hard to be in either locker room when you're coming out that door. It's hard to keep your focus when you've done what you did in the first half and you know you've got them.
Yep.
But you've got to be better. You got to be crisper. You got to be cleaner than that. As you want to continue to play solid basketball. Avery Ann Fisher works over the top of a double screen, and then we get another hand check called. Yep. And that foul is on Salyers, and that's going to be 4 on her. Fisher, another free throw is good. Gets her to 6 on the night. Salyers will take a seat with her 4th foul. And that gets, it's a seldom used player that runs on the floor. Fisher makes another. That's Olivia Schindler that's on the floor now for Coach Zedike's team. 5'3" sophomore on the floor. Kuhlman up the floor. Zedike passes up the open 3. 40 seconds left. Fairview wants to run some offense here. Bears have got it to under 20. 19-point lead now for Fairview. And you've got 2 Fairview players with some foul trouble. Mavis and Salyers both with 4. The whistle's been a little bit more ticky-tacky here in the second half, which is played to the benefit of the Bears. Brea Hepker working against Nevaeh Heisler. Up to Zedike against Arnold, back to Heisler. Chased by Hepker.
Yep. Hepker
Heisler is
pressuring up
Heisler.
high. Josie ready to kind of go over there and double.
Zedike kicks. Baseline, Kuhlman, good offense right there by Fairview. Another shot made at the end of the quarter. Good. After a really tough quarter for Fairview, honestly, offensively, a lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls. They ended on a high note there, get their lead back to 21. We'll be back with the 4th quarter of the finals of the Golden Bear Holiday Classic right after this.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Fourth quarter underway from Bryan High School. Bears have possession first. On their backdoor set and turn it over. Junior high action there. Just throw automatically to a spot instead of waiting to see if a player's open, and the Bears turn it over on their first possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a lot of junior high stuff from the Golden Bears tonight.
Yes. Moninger back on the floor. She sat quite a bit there in the third with foul trouble. Heisler passes up an open three. Fairview just wants to get out of here at this point.
Yep.
And we're going to get a hand check from Avery Ann Fisher. I'm not sure it was called this tight in the first. It really got tight here in the second, and it's been both ways.
Yeah, both teams in the bonus last quarter.
Couple of strong breezes that got called for some fouls in this game, but it's been really, really, really tight here in the second half. Heisler attacks, kicks it back to Moninger, skip pass across. Zedike finds number 2, Samantha Kuhlman. Now to Moninger on the block. Great bounce pass to Hammer. Three-pointer no good. And another offensive rebound to Fairview. Josie Arnold gets that one. Baseball pass ahead to Piper Hanna. Piper Hanna swings to Langham. Langham's going to go and attack, and she's got for a charge. Now she was going hard, maybe a little out of control, but that's a pretty tough call there. I don't know that I remember. Block charges they can go either way, and I don't agree with the way that one went. I don't think
ask
any
100
Bears
different
fan,
people, you'll get 100 different answers.
I would imagine the far side of the gym disagrees, and the near side of the gym liked it. Moninger works up, kicks to Zedike. Zedike works into the paint. Thought she was getting a cut from Kuhlman, throws it to Fisher instead, and Fisher is going to get the run out, and she gets run into in the paint, and that's going to be some body. Hey, if you're Fairview, you might as well try it again. Why not?
Yep.
A lock on Kuhlman, and they're going to call that shooting. I don't know that was going to be a shot, but we're going to take the free throws regardless.
Yep.
45-24, 6.5 left here at the end of the Holiday Classic. Avery Ann Fisher has been racking up some free throws here. 8 points now for the junior on the night. Comes in averaging probably a little over 13, close to 14 after last night's game. But everything offensively for the Bears has been a struggle tonight. 9 points now for Avery Ann Fisher. Fairview's lead down to 19. Couple of subs into the ball game. Sammy Mavis and her 4 fouls are back in for Fairview. At this point, that's kind of a moot point. Salyers is also on the floor with 4 for Coach Zedike's squad. Kuhlman runs free down the middle of the lane, can't get the layup to go. I think she was just shocked at how free she was.
Probably 3 fouls coming up the court here, but and another one, and another one.
Wow. A lot of contact coming up the floor after a lot of nickel dime stuff. Nothing in the backcourt and all the way up the floor. You kind of need to get that under control as officials. That's a little inconsistent right there. Either way, because there's a little pushing and shoving on the floor too at the end of that. You got to find a way to get it under control or things will get out of control.
Yep.
Fairview inbounds against the Bryan pressure right now. Ball into Hammer in the backcourt. Bears try to trap. Now Heisler is going to push. Gets in the middle. Salyers picks up her dribble, gets it up top to Kuhlman.
Yep, Fairview's fine with wasting as much time as they can here.
Yep. Every possession that burns a bunch of clock and ends with a shot and not a turnover is good for them. Hammer attacks.
That's fouled.
Gets fouled and gets the bucket. I don't know if it's possible to be a bad fouler, but Josie Arnold might be the worst fouler in the history of basketball because every foul is bad. It's at a bad time. And usually if she fouls a shot, it goes in anyway because she never touches the ball. She just hits them.
I think she does it.
You could be bad at fouling.
I think she does it just. I think she does it just for you.
I don't know what she's doing. She's been doing it since the 3rd grade, so she's gotten good at being really bad at it. This Hammer finishes off the 3-point play.
I think
16 now on the night.
I think the kids call it rage bait.
I think that's what it is. It's working. I feel it. Josie Arnold will try a 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound chased down in the corner by Langham. Good hustle by her. She finds Fisher. Fisher's jump shot, no good. She's fouled, and if that's Salyers will be done for the night.
Yeah.
But we're going to call that on Mavis.
That's her 5th. So.
I didn't see Sammy Mavis in the neighborhood. I think they got the wrong person.
Well, she's done.
She wasn't even near the play, but she was assigned to the foul, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think she was even in there.
I don't think she was around it. I'd love to see a replay on that, but it doesn't matter. Salyers was the one who challenged the shot. First free throw for Fisher is up and good.
Oh, yeah, she was standing in the corner. I have it right here.
Not even anywhere near.
No, well, maybe she gets some rest on the bench.
Yeah, tough break for Sammy. That's terrible. 2 free throws there for Fisher. Gets her to 11. And I'm not going to lie, this can't be an easy game to officiate either. It's been just an absolute train wreck, and it's not gotten prettier here in the second half.
I mean, as much as you don't want to let the score really influence that whistle, I'm sure it's going to do something.
You're going to struggle to keep your focus if you got the stripes on too. Fairview now, 5 minutes left here in the game. Fairview trying to burn as much time every possession as possible. 20-point lead for the Apaches. Coolman gets poked a couple times by Arnold. And then we're going to get a foul called.
Maybe she wanted some rest because I think that's her 5th.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5th foul on Josie Arnold. So Josie Arnold will take a seat. Jesse Kedston will check in. Miley Balmer will check in. Ray Hepker gets a break. Ball inbounded. Ooh, and a collision. I think they hit each other as hard as that. Fisher almost stepped out of the middle of that collision. And that's going to be 5 on Salyers. Get Addie Zedike back into the game for Fairview. .449 left in the ball game. 20-point lead for Fairview. Maya Langham walks it across the timeline.
Yeah. To Bryan, just ball.
Yeah, it's just a matter of playing here. Try to do some positive things before the game ends. But as the game's going too, let's try not to get anybody hurt either.
Exactly.
The Stripes have kind of let this get a little funky here. Fairview in the half court. Zedike passes up the open look at 3. Heisler tries to attack right side. Aubrey Hammer swings it to Kuhlman. Ball gets poked away by Miley Balmer. Zedike and then just
a frustration
in the back. That's just a silly foul by Miley Balmer. That'll be her first. And that's what you don't want this to turn into right now. You got some frustration going on. Lady Bears know they have not played well. They're extremely disappointed in themselves. They don't need to turn it into anything worse than it already is. Zedike knocks down that free throw. Gets the lead back to 21. 3:58 left on the main stop scoreboard. Second free throw is good for Zedike. Her first 2 points of the night for the senior. Fairview's going to work a little bit of zone right now. Probably not a bad idea for Coach Zedike. You're picking up a lot of fouls. Never know. Maybe you need a zone at some point. Avery Ann Fisher's pull-up jump shot won't go. She's able to wrestle the ball away.
That's going to be a foul. That's a good call.
Wrestled the ball away from the Fairview player. Took it from Heisler.
Yeah, she kind of got wrestled down.
And a foul called on Heisler.
Well, you know, for the score being 50-28, fans are still very invested.
Still very unhappy.
Yep. Now Langham ran into a brick wall right there.
Yeah. Turnover for the Bears. Push ahead by Fairview. Hammer threads the needle. Finds Heisler underneath.
It's a rough
ball
one.
gets poked away by Jesse Kidston. Looked like a little bit of contact on that one too there by the Bears, but
yeah, we're gonna see here. Let's see how this one kind of closes out here.
Yeah. I think we just need to finish this without anybody getting hurt.
Yeah. From either squad is just being smart and
nice curl by Kuhlman off of that. Bounces around the rim and in. Bears slow on the defensive transition. Nobody picked up Kuhlman off of the handoff.
Yep, the help was kind of late getting over, which caused the body there.
Lead back up to 24 now for Fairview. Kuhlman's free throw is long and no good. Bears chase down that rebound. Miller got it, gets it to Kidston. Look at that Fairview scoring there. Some good balance by them. 16, 12, 12. Three-point shot by Hannah's no good. Miller had the offensive rebound, lost the handle, and now we got a scrum in the paint between Langham and Kuhlman. And the Bears will have the ball underneath.
Yep. You know, as a player, it's a good time. Maybe you're not going to win the game, but kind of get yourself in a rhythm. If you've been kind of been in a drought, get some game shots up.
Avery Ann Fisher checks out. Bree Richmond gets her, and I wonder how much of that is Coach Grosjean just making sure that his leading scorer doesn't have anything happen to her as things get a little bit crazy here late in the game. Yeah, I'm going to see Emma Slagle's going to go to the table and check in. So a couple of JV kids on the floor here for the Bears.
Well, that's probably got to be something there.
Got to be something. After the nickel dime stuff early in the game, I can't hardly believe that's nothing. Piper Hannah, good job attacking the basket, but that shot gets blocked away by Moninger. Piper attacks again.
Oh, another one was just
runs into contact again and nothing. Now the officiating's got about as sloppy as the play. Kuhlman throws that one in over the edge of the rim, gets her to 14.
Probably another body there too, but we're letting them go.
Yeah. Under 2 minutes left here in the ball game. Both coaches have subs at the table, just waiting to see if we ever get a whistle again, and there's one.
There's one.
Langham's going to shoot a couple of free throws. 26-point lead for Fairview.
Number 2 is Smith Kuhlman. Her third. At the line shooting for Bryan, number 4,
Maya Langham looking to add to her total. That gets her to 8 points as she knocks down the first free throw at the Welling Construction free throw line. Moninger and Zedike. Nope, did it again. Moninger and Kuhlman check out for Fairview. Second free throw is no good. Great hustle there by Jesse Kidston. Not able to save the possession, but good hustle by Kidston getting her hands on that rebound, battling with Lily Zedike.
Yeah, I think Schindler came in and then Lily Zedike as well.
Hammer will inbound into...
Schindler streaking down the court. He was wide open.
Hammer pushes it up. Finds Olivia Schindler, loses a handle. Emmy Miller comes up with it. Minute and a half left in the ball game. Claire Struble will bring it up. Miller, good shot fake. Ball gets poked away by Hammer. Hammer being on the floor surprises me a little bit, but Coach Zedike did this last night too when he was up big. It may just be keep her out there just to have somebody that can keep things settled down.
I don't know if he has much to go to either.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he's got any subs necessarily left, but I don't know if I'd want my senior leading scorer out there or something bad. You roll an ankle, something happens here when it doesn't matter. That's easy to second guess, but you must trust her to make some good decisions. Addie Zedike spin dribble, gets it all the way to the basket, kicks it out, three-pointer in the air. That was no good. Lily Zedike took that shot, and we get another jump ball called underneath at the 102 mark. We haven't had a lot of timeouts. A reminder of timeouts for all of the Holiday Classic and every GBS and broadcast brought to you by S&S Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play from new main water and sewer lines to field drainage. S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your time out in peace. Carla McDade now, another JV player in for the Bears. Just got herself stuck underneath the bucket. Didn't know where you're going to go there. Got to take a map with you, know where you're at on the floor because you're behind the backboard. Not going to be any good things happening. Deep ball thrown and chased down by Richmond. Got a hand on it. Kidston got the handle. He's got 5 JV players in the ball game for the Bears to finish things up. Emma Slagle, Claire Struble. Slagle's pass gets picked off by Moninger. Bree Richmond, Jesse Kidston, and Carla McDade, who picks off that pass. McDade goes hard to the basket. Can't get the left-hand layup to go. Kidston's putback is good. Jesse Kidston's on the board. She's got 2 points tonight. 20 seconds left now on the main stop scoreboard.
Big 2 to cut the lead to 23 here.
They all count. Moninger's going to try one more three, and why
might
not
as well
bank one in to give her 5 threes on the night, and I believe she's 5 for 5. Might as well hit one more while you can. Why not? Richmond, runner, off glass, no good, and that's the way it's going to end.
Yeah.
Fairview with a huge win in the finals of the Holiday Classic, 57-31 over the Lady Bears. Blitzed the Lady Bears right from the start, never looked back. That game got out too. I've almost tried to erase it from my memory, but it's like a 20 to 2, 21
yeah,
to 2.
I think it was 22
before
and
it got a little bit better. I mean, it was just ugly. It was ugly from the start, right from the tip, and it never got any better for the Lady Bears. 57-31, Fairview the big winner. All tournament team members will be recognized here in a second. We'll let Mr. Hughes make his announcement down at the scorer's table.
Representing Bryan High School for the all-tournament team, number 22, Josie Arnold. And representing the tournament champion, Fairview Apaches, number 23, Aubrey Hammer.
Big tournament for Aubrey Hammer. Yeah, a couple of nice games scoring, and I really thought she did a nice job handling the ball, playing defense. And Coleman was impressive both nights defensively, and tonight she scored points as well for Fairview. And when they can do good things like that, then it makes things a lot easier for you as a coach when you can turn that good defense into some good offense. I think there were 3, maybe 4 double-digit scores there for Fairview. Josie Arnold, I don't think she was in double digits tonight scoring, but she might have been in double digits in fouls in the 2 nights, so maybe that was part of the process too.
So one more time, our all-tournament team,
All right, so we're going to come back. We'll wrap things up here from Bryan for the Bryan Holiday Classic. We'll be back real quick, talk about this one and what's up next in the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
All right, back at Bryan High School as we wrap up the 2025 edition of the Girls Holiday Basketball Classic. The Fairview Apaches take Bryan behind the woodshed, 57-31, and I'm not sure it was that close. The Lady Bears a little better in the second half. Fairview with a lot of turnovers, but really controlled that game from start to finish all night long. And I'm not sure what more we can say or we need to say about that one, Coop.
Yeah, it's score kind of tells a story. There wasn't really much more going on. I think the Golden Bears were just, I mean, you can't even say outmatched. They weren't physically outmatched. It was just right from the start, Fairview just got out and went. But there's really not much to say. You know, proof is in the pudding. That's a good old Zooverism right there.
The proof was in the pudding tonight for sure. And Fairview came out, shot the lights out.
Yep.
Bears did not shoot it well. They turned it over. And then once that big run hit early, there's just it almost feels like in basketball, if that big run happens in the middle,
yep,
you don't feel it as much. You don't notice it as much. But when you start out a ball game and you can't get to double digits in the first half and the other team is just on fire offensively, nothing they're doing is going wrong and everything you're doing is going wrong. You just keep feeling that and feeling that, and it's hard to overcome.
20-2, as weird as this, 20-2 looks bigger than 48-30. It's the same amount of lead, but it looks completely different, and mentally that definitely takes a toll.
Yeah, and then when you just feel absolutely buried when you're in at half, or let alone at the end of the first quarter, that's just a big mountain to overcome. But Lady Bears got nobody but themselves to blame. That's happened a couple of times now, and they're going to have to do a little soul searching on how they're going to make sure that doesn't happen. They've got to find a way. Whatever's being done on how we come out of the gate in those situations, that's got to change.
Yep.
And I really don't think that comes from the old guy sitting on the bench. That's got to come from the players wearing the jerseys and figuring out how we understand at this point. That makes the Lady Bears 6-5 on the year.
Yep.
That is right at the 50% mark of your season. Now, you've got a couple of seniors that are playing, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we've coached enough sports. You've played enough sports. You only get so many opportunities to do these things.
Yeah.
And if you are of the mindset, oh, well, we got another game, or, oh, we'll get another chance, it's always true. There's always tomorrow. You'll get another chance. But when you treat today this way, you're never going to get that back again. And you're going to feel that. You're going to remember that. Now, there's an old coachism too, is do you let this game beat you next Tuesday when you play Van Wert, or are you able to flush this, get better from this, and play better next week? But if you drag this on into next week, you're going to lose to Fairview the rest of the season. It's just they're just going to be wearing different colored jerseys every time you play.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of that comes down to the player. There's only so much Coach Gerstein and all the rest of the assistant coaches can do. At some point, it's just going to be about, like you said, soul search. It's going to be about the players, and whether that's a meeting or just talking to a few girls together, it's going to be big for them to kind of figure out themselves before even trying to figure out an opponent.
Right. Yeah, and huge issue in the first half was rebounding.
Yep.
You know, there's never we've been around basketball a long time, coached it, seen it, coached, played it. Nobody's ever run a drill that said, hey, let's not block anybody out here. Let's not get a body on people. So that's us not getting a body on people. We saw the change in the second half because we started running two players instead of staring at the rim. We started getting bodies on people, and that made a big difference.
Found players first before trying to find the ball.
Before you go try to find the basketball. But that's got to be consistent, and that's got to get a lot better for the Lady Bears moving forward. There's a lot of difficult games on that schedule, but there's a lot of winnable games on that schedule too. You got to find a way to get better after tonight. You got a week before you play again. That's our next ball game on the Golden Bear Sports Network next Tuesday. Lady Bears have Van Wert here at home. That's a good chance for them to get right. So hopefully they have some good practices. They put some good minutes together between then and now and find a way to be better.
And the league play right after that.
And then league play gets right back after it. And, you know, you can still do some good things. There's a lot of positives that are still possible here this season, but that's going to come from the players making some changes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors one last time. Tonight's game was brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. As I mentioned, next broadcast for the Golden Bear Sports Network will be Tuesday at home as the Lady Bears host Van Wert. We want to thank our crew. Director John Dalrymple also did some play-by-play in the JV games tonight. Fantastic again. Robotics run in the truck by Chris Malanga. Our audio engineer tonight, Tony Malanga. Cameras by Gabby Malanga. I'm starting to sense a trend there. Haley Strine and Colton Sheeline. I want to thank Rick Armentrout back at WQCT Radio, and our Golden Bear Sports Network executive producer is Chris Malanga. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game, without the express written consent of Bryan City School District is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network, and with Cooper Beltran, who I really enjoyed working with the last 2 nights. Great job, Coop. That was a lot of fun. I'm Brian Arnold. Again, it's over. That's the best thing that you can say about it, and we're moving on. Have a great night and a happy new year, everybody.